where stars whisper secrets untold. A rift tears through the astral veil, and sanity reigns, its grip unfolds. Cultists chant in shadowed halls, their voices a hymn to chaos unbound. They conjure up forbidden falls, to summon the fallen, lost and unfound. Unfound. Oh, astral winds carry up across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Across fractured plains, reality trembles, mountains weep, rivers twist in desperate prayer. The sun blinks, uncertain of its emblem, as eldritch horrors crawl from the lair. Their forms twisted and malefic, born of nightmares and forgotten dread. They drift through astral currents, a beacon for those who seek madness instead. Oh, astral winds carry up free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. Every bone. In forgotten temples and cursed groves, heroes gather, there is all unyielding, to chase the ripples of reality's codes and confront the abyss, both fearsome and appealing. Oh, astral winds carry up free across realms and dimensions unknown. For the void-born dread, the fabric unraveled shall wield power that chills every bone. As the final verse echoes the starlit skies and death trembles on the lips of all, the abyssal maw opens, galaxies within ready to consume all those who stall. Yet whispers of valor and unity persist in the eminent astral reckoning. Perhaps hope shall win.
All right, welcome on in. I'm actually 2 minutes early. I forgot that was kind of a shorter song. So we'll give our last two folks here a couple of minutes, but I'm going to go ahead and jump over to the stream, over to the group to get them going here. But if you are hanging out and or watching this afterwards, thank you for joining us for session number 11 of Echoes of the Fallen Ascendant. All right, hello.
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 Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into it. I cannot see Lucy.
I can't either.
Okay.
Yep, 1 second. Camera's loading.
You are invisible. Okay, while we're doing that... there we go. Okay, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and jump into some notes real quick. Give me just 1 second to pull them up. Okay. All right, session recap from session number 10. Session number 10, we began on Novus the 27th, 4253 PFH at 7:30 a.m. So the group began their long-awaited journey, and through the first day with the expertise of pain, surprisingly, having been this way once before, made it to the edge of Willow Hollow Wood without any incident. The group then rested, made a fire, and successfully hunted a goat. Though, unfortunately, most of that meat was charred beyond consumption by, well, our expert map reader and survivalist. Okay, so in the morning, the group packed up and headed out once more, this time stopping just shy of the western entrance of the bridge that connects the barren land of Durin Moor and Willow Hollow. The group handed over their documentation proving who they worked for, and they were allowed access to the bridge free of toll, which is nothing to snub your nose at. Another little perk. On the other side of the bridge, they settled in for the evening. Dench, Lyra, and Canis went downriver to hunt for food, while Payne and Amelia prepared the campsite. Amelia decided to invite strangers for dinner in these unknowing times, and yeah, she was pleasantly surprised that the elven man and woman had a knack for helping out between cooking and harvesting animals. Well, giant snakes. The woman was a wonderful cook, and the man was a capable butcher, and the kids simply were. After managing to capture and kill a massive snake, Dench and crew reunited with the rest of the group and prepared for dinner. A bit later, a traveling merchant from Durin Moor began to make his way past the group, and they invited him instead to stay and eat and rest with them, and they made some purchases from him as well, and then they all indulged in dinner. Amelia decided to ask the traveling elves, the 2-hour-old strangers, if they would like to go on the next leg of the journey of them, and the group agreed. The group, meaning the strangers, agreed, and yeah, they said that they would join with you until they found the main road, or until you parted from the main road heading for Durin Moor. So nothing could possibly go wrong with that. All right, with that being said, XP, 75 XP each for last session, a little bit more than the normal 50, and that is because you guys not only managed to kill a goat, but you killed a snake, you convinced strangers to join you, and you made friends with a dwarf. That's not easy. So, that is where the session ended. Okay, so, session 11 is beginning on Novus the 29th now. 4253 PFH at 9:30 p.m. We have not bedded down for this long rest. And where we are picking up... Okay, one moment. All right, so we are picking up. Amelia had just kind of finished her spiel about, hey, you guys should come with us, you know, on the road into unknown territory. And they were like, hell yeah, we'll definitely do that and bring our children. No problem. And dinner is being served, and everybody was just kind of eating and indulging. So, what, my friends, would you like to do? It's not foreboding, I promise you, Amelia. It's just, you know, sometimes...
Oh, I don't trust you
they're
at
already
all.
heading out that way anyway, right?
True, true.
I do have a question. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I know you said it was before we long rested, but what
Yeah.
time did you say it was?
Oh, sorry, 9:30 p.m.
Awesome, thank you.
No problemo. Okay. Yeah, so, what would you guys like to do then? It's 9:30, a little bit late. The kids are seeming tuckered out. They kind of open up. They don't really have bedrolls. They have more just like leather mats that seem to be like double thickness that probably has some sort of like straw or wool or cotton in it. They look comfy enough, but they're nothing fancy. They lay their bedrolls down as the fire is kind of going, and they're finishing up what's in their bowls of stew, and they just kind of like set them up by the heads of their bed and kind of start to conk out.
Well, I suppose we should probably get watch set up, yeah?
Well, before we do that, since it's all just the adults, the kids have already gone off. This is when Amelia would ask that or bring this up. I well, I'd asked them if they were heading back towards Willow Hollow or heading where they were heading. Turns out they're heading west as well, so I thought maybe we should travel together for a little bit. It's safer in numbers. We're all heading generally in the same direction.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I mean, I'd hate to see anybody fall into any kind of trouble while we're on the way. So yeah, I don't see a problem with it.
Alamir kind of looks over to you and he says, "It really is appreciated. Thank you." He kind of looks down and around. You notice that literally between the two of them, they have one short bow, like a half a quiver of arrows, and they've each got a dagger and, a short spear. And the kids are obviously unarmed. No armor, no nothing. We obviously have hunting gear, so if there's trouble, we could help as best we can to pay our way. I don't assume
Well, I would,
this
yeah,
is
I
done.
would say probably. I'd say it's probably best if you stay behind while if we ever encounter anything on the road. I'm not sure exactly what's out there. I mean, we've heard that there could be goblins. Is it really difficult to hear me? By the way, is it?
It's a little. You sound a little bit distant, but besides that, I can tell you sound like you're just getting over being sick, and that fucking sucks. I hate that nasally, that congestion.
Yes, there's definitely that.
Maybe Dench has winter allergies or something.
Yeah.
All these
Amelia-
damn daisies out here.
Amelia's going to jump in, and just if there's trouble, focus on your family. We'll handle the rest.
Yeah, that.
Well, okay. Yeah, and obviously, I don't know how far west you intend on going, but anytime we can assist with hunting and cooking, it would be our pleasure.
Oh, from what I understand, you're going further west than us, right? You're going all the way to what's the name of that city?
Durin
Durin
Moor.
Moor?
Duermore. Thank you.
Yes, we actually are going there, well, hopefully to seek work. We'll see how things go. If nothing else, it'll be an adventure across the sea to, he looks down at Selfina and he says, he switches to Elven and he says, "What was the name of the place with the mage towers?" And you hear her in common say, "Port Sindrian."
Does that mean anything to Dench at all? I don't think.
Everybody can make a history check, sure. Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, it's in the world. Damn, Dench. You've been reading your history books. Alright, so, if you want to just zoom up a little teeny tiny bit, I'll go ahead and ping. So yeah, Port Sindrian is the southernmost port city off the island of Trubenshard. And it is home, and that would be, so the people who succeeded at this were Dench and Lyra. So it is home, Lyra, you especially would know, it is home to a massive conglomerate of mages who each own and operate a specific tower within the center of the city. Many hundreds, if not thousands of years ago, when the world breaker during the first happening kind of started to make impact around, excuse me, not the world breaker, when the first happening happened, which was before the time of campaign 1, the mages built a barrier around the city with these towers, each one from their respective schools of magic, including necromancy, which was not common back in those days. But they erected this barrier, which actually extended underground so deep that it penetrated the veils of the prime material and stretched into its version of the Underdark and the Feywild. It was like that. It was literally planar shattering. And it is, yeah, it's home to, like, if you are a mage, that's the place you want to be. Anyways, Duranmore and Port Sindrian are only separated by a very short distance across the Sea of Scales. So,
Oh. Port Citrian.
Where all the magic people live, right?
yes. Yes, it is, from what we understand. We've no magic talent between the four of us, but I suppose a place that's mainly been populated by elves is better than a place that's been mainly populated by gnomes and dwarves.
Not sure what to say about that, but I suppose, I mean, yeah.
We just assume it may be easier work. We've heard that if that doesn't work out and we're on the continent anyways, we might be able to go just a little bit northwest of there, and I've heard there's an entire city of nothing but elves, so we could maybe just make a new home for ourselves there. Probably safer than trying to cross the Barrens again.
Yeah, I'd say so, probably. Yeah, and there seems to be a lot of opportunity in that continent there, so makes sense.
Your guys' merchant friend here, Bergtrod, speaks up and he says, I was planning on making travel through most of the night. I'm not in any rush, to be completely honest with you. I'm actually about a half day's ahead of schedule. So, if you'd like, I know you're all heading out in the morning. I can take a double watch, over the night and just keep an eye on things, since you've all been so kindly to treat me to stew and comfort.
I think that would be, yeah, I think that would be nice, yeah. If nobody has any objection.
I don't suppose anybody has any ale on them.
Oh,
You're a
no.
look toward pain. Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, we only stocked up on water, yeah.
He kind of stands up and pats his legs. Well, guess I'm breaking into the whiskey then. No problem, figured I'd ask.
When he comes back from grabbing the whiskey and stuff, Amelia is going to, would you mind if I kept watch with you for at least part of the night? I'm not quite used to taking watch, and it would be good to see how another does it. And I like spending some time under the stars before I rest.
I suppose that'd be fine with me, no problem. Do you partake in libations? And he holds the flask of whiskey up and kind of shakes it. I mean, if you want to see how the real mountain dwellers do it.
I certainly don't have the constitution dwarves are famous for, but I try some.
All right, you're my kind of girl. You see him, he starts kind of like fiddling with the flask and getting like little cups out. He's like drying, like washing them out with water and drying them out. Just kind of getting himself ready to go.
All right. I don't know. Lyra, you wanna take the first watch with me, and then I suppose maybe Amelia and our new, I'm sorry, I forget your name, friend. What was it again?
Bergtrog. Bergtrog Alewhelp, if you're ever in Duranmore. You can look me up. Or in Willow Hollow, I suppose it depends on where I'm at.
Yeah, that works for me.
All right.
He kind of holds the
But
flask up. Libations?
oh no, no, thank you. I appreciate the offer, but no, thank you. I
Yeah.
try to stay off the whiskey and alcohol lately.
My, ah. Oh, lately. All right.
Yeah.
I'll leave it alone then. You?
That probably isn't the best idea. I've learned not to drink while I'm trying to learn. But thank you.
Drink when you're trying to learn. What are you learning at night? Learning to keep yourselves alive by just keeping your eyes open?
Yep. I think. Yep.
You don't know how to do that regularly? You should learn how to do it while you're under the influence of something. So if you're ever in combat and somebody gets you under the gills with some of that green goofy gas, you know how to handle yourself.
That's good
Let's say-
advice too.
Let's save that for an advanced lesson.
Yeah, all right. If you're ever interested, seek me out. Guess I'll just teach the one in the armor over there. Kind of like glances over at Amelia. You'll be their saving grace.
I wouldn't count on that.
He unfurls a big bedroll then and he says, "All right, well, wake me up when you're ready, and I suppose me and sweet little Petunia here will just have ourselves a little nappy nap." He unhitches the horse and the horse kind of lays down.
Oh, I like that name, Petunia.
Is there anything nearby to kind of hitch Pearl up to? Is there like?
There's a little tree over here. And even outside of this area, you guys are right. I would say for the sake of sanity, the wall is right here by where the bridge is. You guys are, again, only like 50 yards from it, so you can bring her over to the wall, and let's say there's hitching posts.
Okay, yeah. Dench will take off the cart and the bit and bridle and all that, and kind of hitch her up to the up to a post somewhere.
Okay. All right.
Looking at some of the other like the camps that are around here and thinking through the groups that were by the bridge, does having animals seem to be a regular thing? Having beasts of burden?
You can see one other group that actually looks like maybe mercenaries. It's tough to tell, but they're definitely armed and armored, and nobody else is, and they have a horse and a cart. And that's it. Everybody else is just carrying what they've got on their back. Now, not everybody appears to be going directly west into the Barrens. There are quite a few people that were downriver that Dench and Canis and Lyra would have passed that were clearly in the process of just following the river south.
Okay. And then secondary question would be, do any of those groups, can I tell, do any of them seem to be paying much attention to our hodgepodge?
That is an
Well,
excellent question. Go ahead and make an insight check.
Never mind, I'm more suspicious than Amelia is.
Yeah, it's yeah, it doesn't. You're so. I think that it's even more. It's not even necessary. I'm sure Amelia is probably suspicious of everybody. My opinion, anyways. But I think that she would feel more comforted by the fact that you guys have the biggest group here, and you know what everybody here is capable of, except for like this handful of newcomers. But there's still 5 newcomers who are essentially armed, and everybody else's groups are like 2 to 4.
Yep, perfect.
Okay. All right. So, everybody collectively beds down then. Payne, did you have anything before I... All right. So, everybody begins to bed down. The kids have been out for the last 20 minutes that we've been talking. Selfina and Alamir kind of turn and go into like a partial trance. I'm assuming Payne goes over to his little bedroll, and then Dench and Lyra. I'm sorry, Canis, did you have anything?
I think him and Lyra said that we're gonna talk later when people less annoying looking at Payne were around. And then Payne ruffled his fur and chased him around.
Okay. Well, we'll say for the sake of brevity, an hour has passed and everybody has fallen fast asleep with bellies full of snake meat stew and yeah, I feel like that would not put me to sleep, but it does. It was delicious and hearty and filling.
I mean, potatoes were involved.
Yeah, right, exactly. There was some potatoes, onions, garlic, parsnip. But we'll say for the sake of brevity, yeah, everyone's asleep, and Canis, Lyra, Dench, you guys are the ones currently sitting up.
All right, joining us for watch tonight, Cadus?
Yeah, I guess I'll make sure nothing happens between you two.
Like what?
Thank you.
I don't know, maybe catching a couple sob stories or something. You two seem
Mm.
like you'd share that.
Actually, speaking of which, I have a question.
For who? Cadus or me?
For you. Um,
Oh, I think everything just glitched out on me.
yeah, you're back.
Okay.
How, so I've been trying to put myself in that situation again. And I don't know if I can do it. Like,
I'm sorry. Could you could you repeat that? You don't know if you could find yourself in what situation?
I don't like if I get into a situation like that again where it's, kill or be killed, I don't know if I can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
I didn't even think about it. I saw the situation and how pretty dire it was and just acted. But now it's all I can think about. And I didn't think then, and now I'm worried that I'm going to think too much and then not do anything. What do I do?
Well, I mean, the unfortunate answer to that is practice and repetition to the point where it kind of, your muscle memory kicks in before your brain does, if that makes any sense.
Does that put me at that dangerous line though? That line of
Well, sometimes maybe, but I mean, if you do have a good head on your shoulders, you would immediately know right from wrong. I mean, like, it's not like, a twig snaps and all of a sudden you turn around and firebolt one of the poor children next to us. I mean, like, you have a good head on your shoulders.
okay. Well, just in case, I bought a couple of hammers from that guy over there. Um,
Okay. What is the hammers? How
that's
did the hammers help?
so that I'm not slashing people. Maybe I can just knock them over the head and then somebody else can kill them.
Man, that's a pretty reasonable assertion there. I mean, like, yeah, if you'd rather go for the non-lethal, yeah, I think that would probably be much wiser, at least for the get go. Especially the fact that we'll probably be facing a lot of, possessed folk.
Right. That was kind of my thought. I don't know. Like, even the thought of killing a goblin right now is not. I mean,
Well,
obviously, if
well, if it helps, I have experienced some goblins in the past, and they are just the worst. They are nasty. They are mean. They would much rather kill you for your shoes than talk to you. 9 times out of 10.
you'll see her like wiggle her feet in her boots.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in that scenario, I mean, like, maybe you get an opportunity to talk to a goblin. but chances are you're going to be talking to a goblin at the end of its gnarly little stick.
That's fair. I guess if I give it a shot first and they remain aggressive, then that might justify it in my head, at least in the moment.
Well, of course, read the situation too. If it's charging at you, you know, with
I
its
feel,
stick pointed at your neck, I don't think that. I still think that's probably a good time to act.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'd probably have to give it the pain treatment at that point.
yeah, yeah. I mean, bonk him in the head with a hammer to kind of slow him down. You know, I mean, that might work.
Yeah.
Give
I,
him pause.
okay. I want to make sure I'm doing what you said and like honoring them, but I also don't want anybody here to die because I'm honoring them too hard.
Well, I mean, look at what we're doing right now. You know, we have this family here who, you know, we don't know them, but we're willing to help see them along. You know, we could have just been like, you know, go fuck yourself. We got our stuff. We got you got your problems. We got ours. Move along. But we're willing to help these people. So I feel like that's one step in the right direction.
So that connects back to the kids that I killed. That honors them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Uh,
those two kids over there look roughly about the same age. Hard to tell. I mean, they're elves. They could be, you know, 800 years old for all I know.
yeah, that's fair.
Sorry, I'm waxing a little racist right now. I mean, it's. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little sleepy or something.
I don't.
It's
I don't.
fine.
That wasn't. Yeah. Well, Canis is definitely fine with it. I don't think that was terribly racist. Are you? Are you terribly religious, Dench? Is it okay if I ask that?
Um, I mean, I wouldn't say terribly religious. I've, you know, I've known some religious folk who helped me along, and I do see some benefits in it. And you know, in Amelia's case, for example, you know, she's devout and she has. I mean, she's getting signs from her God, so I mean, that's kind of you know a big deal. But for me, no, not so much. What about you?
she, she just
I know
starts laughing.
yeah, I know the whole faith and science thing. That's you know hard to reconcile.
That's. I was like that before school too. I think it's just why would some all powerful being give a shit about someone like me? I think you got to be like super special. Maybe Amelia's super special. Fane is definitely special.
Uh, well, he's kind of special, yes. Anyway, I do want to say that gods are a bit strange. They don't particularly, I guess, they choose people who have faith in them, but at the same time, as far as I know, they seem to also just choose people. Amelia wasn't, from what she said, she wasn't particularly faithful until she found this sister in the church or whatever she's called. I can't remember her story. Um, and now she's looking for her, and she joined. She's now an initiate for the paladins.
Right. I just don't understand how you can have faith in something you can't see that's never done anything for you, you know?
Well, I
Well,
mean, there have been. I mean, we've seen things that her God can do.
Or we've seen things she can do.
Well, maybe through her God. I, mean, I don't know exactly how it works, but I mean, I know that I've seen a lot of clerics and such do, I guess, magical things through the name of their God that they couldn't do otherwise. So I don't know. I can't do magic at all, so I can't say if where it comes from, how it happens. It just does, I suppose, for some people. But for
Maybe.
people
I
like Amelia and Payne, like it comes from their God, so it's tangible, right?
It's tangible, but so is a sorcerer's power. I just have a lot of questions and I want to understand it more, but I'm afraid to ask Payne, and I don't think Amelia would have the answers.
Probably
Maybe
right.
in time.
That being said, uh, gods and holiness doesn't have to necessarily result in, I guess, magical acts. There are aspects of the land which uh, gods embody themselves, I guess. They're part of their um, fancy religious word that I can't remember. Uh, basically, uh, one thing I'm appreciative of is water. I don't know why I've always had a reverence for it. I view it as because it's life to me. There are times before I found your family where water was scarce. So it's always been like this higher aspect for me. Maybe the way your studies and magic is for you, maybe there's a god for that.
Her eyes go
Maybe
kind of
this,
wide.
maybe there's some kind of god controlling all the magic in the world. Maybe.
Lyra,
Maybe.
make a religion check with advantage. Sorry, my fucking mouse button like rebound itself suddenly. That was very strange. So he says that, and it immediately comes to your head. You're just like, yeah, that's macabre. But yeah, of course it is. There is a god that controls all magic in the world and all planes of existence.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
I was just throwing that out there. I had no idea. Okay, so I mean, yeah, there you go. I guess.
I've always just wondered, though, is it. I don't know if you know this, but I like to theorize about things a little bit.
Yes.
Yes, Canis, I know you
Picked
know.
up on that a little. Yeah.
Yeah. What if that's just names of ley lines, right? Like maybe all the gods are just ley lines.
What? What's a Layla?
Yeah, I don't know what that is
It's
either.
it's it's magic. It's magic throughout the land.
Sorry, I'm getting some horrific lag. Lucy, make an Arcana check with advantage because of what Lyra just said. That doesn't matter anyways. You got it. So you say, what's ley line? And Lyra, what was your exact words?
I said it's like lines of magic throughout the
The
world.
world, right? Yeah. So she says that, and you kind of you think to yourself a moment. You're like, she's never said anything quite that simple to you before, and it's a little off-putting, but something clicks. When you guys were in the basement of the Thornell estate, you saw a very dark line wrapped around her that led somewhere else. And when it was interacted with by somebody who is a non-magic user, it triggered and you vanished. You putting those pieces together assume that was probably some sort of tendril of ley energy, of raw, unadulterated energy in the weave that wasn't creating an outward effect on the prime material, but was affecting things kind of behind the scenes, and you saw it. Do with that what you will.
Canis just kind of like, as you talk, just kind of like starts doing like, if you know the like math meme where the numbers just pop up, this really confused looking woman. uh, that basically goes through his face, and his eyes kind of like just go around. He's like, wait, sorry to interrupt. Completely off topic, but I just realized something from what you said. Remember that line that was around your ankle, that was putting voices in your head, and then when I bid it, we both teleported into the room with the effigy.
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that back into my mind.
I think that was ley energy. It just makes sense from what you just said and your grandpa.
That would make sense. They're like invisible rivers that crisscross the world that go in between. Why not?
Yeah. That is very concerning if this creature can, I guess. It's because it's raw ley energy, is what it was.
I'd like to express it was concerning before this revelation, but I do agree that it makes it slightly more concerning.
I'm not sure what
I'm
it
sorry.
means, but
Yeah, wait,
definitely.
why is that concerning? Because it can tap into raw power of the earth? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yeah. So, ley lines, if you think of them like scars almost from the creation of the world. There's magic kind of crystallized into these currents.
Okay.
So something being able to tap into raw power and energy is certainly
Lyra, make an Arcana check with advantage. Okay, yeah. I'm going to stop you before you get ahead of yourself.
Okay.
So you are on the right track with how you're explaining this, but it's a little oversimplified. All magic that is produced by arcane means is produced from those raw tendrils. It's not like some random entity is tapping into it and oh my god, that's so scary because you tapped into it to shoot your magic missiles and your shield spell and your mage armor and all that shit. The same way that something would be tapping into it, the scary part was it was not manifesting on the prime material.
Right.
It was manifesting behind the scenes.
right.
Whereas all normal magic goes somatic, verbal, material, possibly components, and boom, then you can tear that ley energy. Whatever the hell this was, it was doing it without people realizing there was something happening.
Right.
Just so you know, like you would know, like that's the fucking scary part because they should not be able to do that.
So if you think of them along those lines of being scars or powerful bits of energy, that's what I pull from. May or may not be what Amelia and Payne pull from, depending on what you believe. But when we do things, you can see it. This was a sort of like in between. We couldn't see it. We didn't hear an incantation. That's what makes it alarming. We don't know what entity actually even did it. That on top of them knowing things, and that's just a psychic based, I should say psychological based thing. They got into our brains, looked at things that maybe scared us or bothered us, and that's fine. But again, all of it was invisible.
So this is okay. So the fact that it's invisible makes it a bad thing. Yeah. Well, the fact that it's controlling people too makes it a bad thing.
Right. And so assuming that there's no reason not to make the assumption that the foundation or core of both of those things, the crazy stones and that weird rope, are from the same source. I just I don't know what it would even be. And my research did absolutely nothing to help us as far as that's concerned, which is super frustrating.
Yeah, I also have no idea.
Couldn't begin either.
I guess
just-
back on. Please continue.
I was just going to say, it's just something for us to keep in the back of our minds as we encounter more things. More crazy stones, more people impacted by crazy stones, more crazy things from being impacted from the crazy stones. I mean, maybe the people who were cursed, Amelia was only exposed to it for an hour. What if you're exposed to it for days or weeks or... no, it's just something to consider. We don't know what we're coming up against. We don't know what we already saw. And we're going into this blindly.
Yeah, still trying to wrap my head around the past couple days.
So he was doing the Friends theme in my honor. Yeah. Um, you know, I don't know. As Tensor would say, make sure you understand before you dig deeper.
But also, digging deeper helps you understand, doesn't it?
Right. That's a conundrum for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna make my rounds really quick. I'll be back in a moment. And yeah, Dench will get up, and you would notice him like before he got up, he's starting to like kind of lose, I guess, attention with what you're talking about. He kind of looked up at the moon for a minute, or if the moon's even there, trying to gauge the time, and then he would have gotten up after a little while and did his rounds around the campsite.
Okay, yeah. So Dench gets up. You see him. Actually, Lyra, why don't you make make an insight check. Let's just see if you pick up on it. Yeah, you definitely. You see him. You realize you've maybe kind of overthought some of the way you went about that, because he kind of was like, nah, okay, yeah, well, I gotta go do that thing now.
Oh, not as if like he lost interest in what she was talking about, but it was just like he's realizing what time it was.
I'm sorry. I thought I heard you literally say that you see him lose interest, and I thought you meant in what she
well,
was saying.
it kind of did look like he was losing interest, but only because he was trying to.
Oh, so it's because he was pressing. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes way more sense. Okay, so you pick up that yes, he kind of fades out of the conversation, but you also know exactly how poignant he is after traveling with him for a few days, and he gets up and it has to make his rounds. It's in his blood. It's not intentionally offensive.
Yeah, if you'll excuse me, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. It's something I need to do.
That's okay.
I mean, if you want, you can join, and I can show you what I'm looking for.
Oh, yeah, that's actually what I'm supposed to be doing. So I guess I should do that instead of theorizing. And she'll stand up and look down toward Canis.
I'll
You
come
coming?
with.
Okay.
Okay.
But before they leave, in probably Celestial, he'll look over at Peyton, who's probably asleep, but just in case, he'll switch to Celestial instead of Gnomish. And he'll say, by the way, if you do freeze up, that's my job. I'm supposed to be there to help you when you do that.
I didn't. This isn't Celestial back. I didn't know that. This. I'm still getting used to the combat side of things.
Don't worry, you'll not get used to is not the correct word. I don't understand your your concern or anything like that. I've been in the wild as far as I can remember. It's either you hunt and kill to get food, or you fight for your survival or run away. It's most of what I've known until I met your grandfather, and then I did neither, or anything really.
No, you mostly just started sleeping.
Oh, it was great. He is a really comfy couch.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, point is, if you need something happened in that regard, or you stumble, it's my job to be there for you as your familiar and your friend.
She'll, not like Pain did, a little more gently than Pain. She'll give you like a little scritch and thanks, Canis. I appreciate that. I don't want to be the reason anybody in our party dies.
You won't be, as long as I can help it. Now we should probably go before Dench grows a third vein.
Yes, he likes to be on schedule, and she'll run and catch up.
All right. So, we'll say for the sake of brevity here, why don't you guys all three of you, just make an independent perception check for me as you go throughout the remainder of your watch. Oh,
I'm good at this.
boy, Lyra is not good at staying up late and doing normal work. Damn, Canis is here to save the day.
We're carrying the team here, buddy.
Kanas, you as Dench and Lyra are obviously a little bit preoccupied in whatever it is they're looking at and or talking about while Dench is kind of making his rounds. He does stay very focused on the camp. But you kind of look past the camp at what Amelia had been doing a lot of looking at, which was every fucking buddy else that's camped around you. You don't notice anything wildly suspicious. Nobody seems to be keeping particular eyes on you. No one's lurking about. There's no bandits in the bushes. But you do note that the group of people that appear to be better armed, the group of 4 that has, it's the other group with the horse and the cart. Mind you, it's a mule, not a horse, or it's a horse, not a mule. They are getting shit-faced, all of them. Nobody's taking watch. They're just sitting around a very, very small fire. They're not being loud and crazy about it, but they are getting up regularly to go piss in the bushes. Then they start stumbling as they get up, pissing in the river. You see a small fight break out where you hear one guy yelling at the other and he stands up and gets punched in the stomach and he immediately vomits into the fire. And then they're all screaming and waving their hands because vomit and fire is no good. It's kind of a hot mess. Hot, vomity fire mess. But that only goes on for about 20 minutes of the watch, and then they settle in, and then you see that they all pass out. By the end of your guys' watch, they are all unconscious. And that's that. Okay.
I didn't see anything except these. I don't know what to call them, but that was a lot of yes.
Yeah, that's it.
Getting threw up on the fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those kind of guys are the type I like to try to avoid if I can nowadays.
That's why I don't drink.
It's part of the reason why I don't drink too.
I just don't like the smell. I don't know what it tastes like.
I just don't like not having control of my brain.
Well, sometimes it tastes too good.
All right. So you guys circle back around. A few hours goes by. You begin to settle in. Who are you 3 waking up then? I'm just setting you back up on the pads here.
I think it would have been Amelia and
And the dwarf. Okay.
Yeah, Bergdroid.
Understood. Yeah, so you guys wake the dwarf up, very light sleeper. As you approach, you get like 3 steps from him, and he kind of, oh, well, I suppose it's my turn. Oh,
You got a little hair trigger there. Wow.
yeah, I forgot. Well, I travel by myself in Petunia, and he points towards the horse, who is on its side, tongue hanging out of its mouth, dead asleep. She's like an old drunk. She sleeps pretty hard. We've got whiskey to drink. And he gets up kind of excited. You hear his leather armor kind of squeaking, and he runs over and grabs the bottle, grabs the cups, moves over towards the fire.
I think as we wake up Amelia, then she'll kind of whisper to her, like, go easy on the drink, all right? You know, he will drink you under the table.
I won't try and compete. I know my limitations.
Yeah, and just try to stay alert while you're up too, if you can.
Was there any trouble?
Well, I mean, the group over yonder by the mercenaries, the well-armed folk over there were getting a little rowdy, but I don't think they're going to be any trouble, but, you know. Canis pointed them out to me.
Yeah, they're
Well-
rowdy.
Keep an eye in that direction then. Go get some rest. We've got this.
Happily.
All right, so you guys first watch beds down. Amelia, you go and you sit with your dwarven friend here, Bergtrod, and as you guys kind of sit, he sits interestingly in silence for probably 10, 15 minutes as he continually glances over and watches Dench, Lyra, and Canis. You kind of watch that he's waiting for them to like truly fall asleep. And in front of him, very much like a Japanese tea ceremony, he sets out this little oak plank under with two rocks under it, holding it aloft, and he's got two small ivory shot glasses sitting with the flask in the center. He'd already cleaned them before, so they're pretty well purified, and he kind of looks over at you, and as soon as Dench takes his first like heavy sigh of relief into deep breathing, he looks at you with this shit-eating grin. Have you ever tried fire, Billy?
I've never tried whiskey.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights. Alright, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start slow. Very slow and very delicate. Because this stuff here comes from far north in Trubenshard. The same place that lot, he points towards the four elves sitting in like a weird circular meditation circle. That's where they're planning on going if shit doesn't work out well in Durin Moor, and honestly, it probably won't. So, anyways, from very far north, Helmcar. Have you ever heard of Helmcar?
I am assuming Amelia would not have.
Make a history check. Let's just see how much you know. I mean, the world is known, but yeah, we'll see how much you know about it.
I nat 1'd on the last one, so let's see.
So it's a nat 20 then, of course.
13. You are familiar with those northern territories, especially since it's a capital city. So yeah, you've heard of Helmcar. You know it is like home of the northern dwarven clans that are the only clans on the entire prime material that are still earthborn. All the other clans have taken to the skies. The two clans in the Wildlands and the one clan here are Skyborn, and Durinmore is not a dwarven clan. It is actually a gnomish clan that dwarves live with.
Isn't that where the clans of the earth are?
Yes, and that's what makes this so strong. They use actual lava flows from fonts deep within the earth to purify the rye that goes into the barrel, which gets scorched out with Helmkarian lava and then aged for 50 years. This stuff is very expensive, very strong, and very, very flammable. He kind of glances at the fire, picks up the board, and kicks the rocks back about 6 inches, and then butt scoots, sets it down. That's better.
Well, good to know. Before we start drinking, the other said that she's going to kind of look over towards where the mercenary group was. Said that we should probably keep an eye on them while we're doing this.
He kind of stands up, looks over. You mean the half-wit drunks that are passed out near an open fire?
I think they were asking us to keep watch in case of trouble. We should probably keep watch in case they need help.
Oh. Wait. Why the fuck should I give a shite about them?
She seems genuinely confused. Why wouldn't you?
Because I told you and your friends for your hospitality that I was going to watch over the lot of you.
It costs nothing to have compassion for others.
How many fucking eyes do you think I have?
No, we're going to be looking in that direction anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's start with our little ceremony here, and I guarantee you, after enough of this shite, you're gonna have quadruple vision, so you can watch the whole wall straight from that rock over there.
Let's try try and aim for that towards the end of the watch.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to poison you. We'll start with double vision and work up from there.
Okay.
I like this dwarf.
I like this paladin. Okay, so you watch the 2 shot glasses. He takes the top off of the flask, sets it off to the side. He picks it up. He takes a big inhale off the top of it, and you see his eyes literally begin to tear up in water, and he blinks like he's just eaten a fistful of wasabi, and he just goes, whew. And he hands it like over to you.
She's going to take a much more tentative sniff of this to know what the hell she's getting into.
Amazing. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. 10's not bad. If you would have rolled under, we may have had a problem. But yeah, immediately the vapors seep into your pores on your face, and that's it. So you take a whiff of it, and it immediately it's like the equivalent of a purified cinnamon with the hardest like oak barrel-aged whiskey that you could possibly fathom, hitting your senses all at once. Your sinuses immediately erupt like they're on fire, like you've just inhaled a torch contents. Your eyes well up, you blink, and you feel at least 4 tears fall out between the 2 eyes as you instinctively hold it away from your nose. It is fucking strong.
Yep, taking it slow seems like a good idea. He's gonna kind of just offer it back towards him.
Yeah, so he
following
takes
his lead.
So he takes it. He sets it back down. He picks the right cup up, sets it down, picks the left cup up with his left hand, sets it down, picks the flask back up, touches it to his head, and you do know Dwarvish. So in Dwarvish, you hear, "May Moradin bless every step of our dear friend's path as they head westward into the barrens, into the wastelands. Unfortunately not to Doran Moor, but don't hold that against them. I'm actually not entirely sure where they're going, but that's besides the fact. Bless them as they move and as they travel with this family of elves, gods help them. And allow this firebelly to purify the spirit of this newcomer. Please, Moradin, take it easy on her. She's got elven blood. She's not cut out for this." And then he kind of tips the flask to the left, and he pours, just probably a third of the glass full. Then he goes to the right, and he pours it to the fucking top. He sets the flask down, puts the lid back on, kisses his hand, and touches it to the top. And then he looks at you. "A guest always takes the first sip." And he picks it up, and the left one, so the third full, and he hands it to you.
I'm pretty sure Amelia's eyes are very, wide after hearing some of that. But she's going to not out loud, just kind of glance towards the sky real fast and just, "Oh, Celestian, protect me." And then she'll take it, and if he has his, she'll kind of clink the glass, and then she will take what she hopes is a ginger sip of this.
Yeah, so you go to take the ginger sip, and it's not, by the way, a glass; it's a shot glass. Just so we know, relatively. He takes it and just whoom down the hatch, and he slams it down on the oak board, and you see him just. And as he does so, you see smoke like dripping out of his salivary glands down onto his chest before kind of disappearing into his lap. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Nope.
Well, folks, if this is your first time dealing with Firebelly, which I know for many of you it's not, you know how the story goes.
She was being so careful too.
There's so little in it that even as it hits your lips, you're like trying to be genuine and like be like, okay, maybe just a little bit of a mouthful. And by the time you're at the end of it, like 3/4 of that third of his shot glass is already absorbed into your tongue. You feel the flames rocket up through your sinuses like the scent. And then as it goes down the hatch, it's actually rather smooth until it hits your belly. And that's when it feels like your chest cavity ignites in flame. And your eyes go wide. And instinctually you open your mouth and you see the smoke kind of spit out in a couple of puffy coughs. And you see him and also poof, 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 in these little like puffs of smoke that disappear, and you're kind of like shooting these little puffs of smoke back and forth at each other as you're coughing and he's laughing at you. As that happens, within about 30 seconds, because you take a minute, you breathe through it, you don't totally lose yourself because it was a very, very small amount. But you take about 30 seconds, take a deep breath, you look around, and boy, does the euphoria hit you. You are not drunk. You are at that confident level of buzzed that is the downfall of every great hero. And I mean from the lowliest dive bar all the way to the fucking top, the king of kings. Because everybody knows there's that sweet spot where you feel like you can take on the world before you step over the edge, and you've just hit it.
After her coughing's under control, she's gonna kind of lean back on her hands and just, you weren't kidding. That is smooth.
Wow. You took that like a champ? I'm actually, excuse me, he burps a little, and then you see a little puff of smoke come out his nose. That was impressive for an elf. Excuse me, my apologies. For a half-elf. I can see human features in your nose and your jawline. I hope I'm assuming correctly and you're not just deformed.
She laughs. Not deformed. At least not that I know of. Half elf, yeah. Humans on my mother's side.
Interesting. I can honestly say this is a first for me. I've been alive a great many years, and I don't think I've ever sat and indulged in the Firebelly ceremony with a half-elf. Female, no less. Who prayed to Celestian before she drank. Moradine is flipping in the fucking skies.
Yeah, well, I don't know many of Moradine's ways. I'm hoping Pain will teach me at some point.
He glances over at Payne, looking almost directly behind him. Oh. Is he a follower? Monk? Priest?
Priest.
Oh. Lucky you. The way of the Forge Father is a very noble path. Very strong. Very capable. Sometimes, unfortunately, stubbornness and a wee bit of stupidity can see them to their early demise. But while they stand, typically, I've seen strength.
He swings his hammer with all the strength and everything else you just described.
No.
It's been an honor to travel with him and the others.
Kind of glances over at the others. What's the deal with the dog?
I think he's Lyra's familiar.
Familiar?
I don't entirely know. I've never been around anyone's familiar before.
So wait, is she a mage?
Yes.
The fuck kind of
Slings.
mage carries rapiers? No, scimitars. Sorry, they're scimitars. The fuck kind of mage carries scimitars?
The kind that uses them just as easily as she uses fire.
The fuck does that mean?
Means she's scary. And I'd rather be on this side of her than that.
Alright, fair enough. And what's the deal with the sober half-breed?
I think he feels responsible for us.
Like a father?
He was
Or
a
creepy uncle?
nothing creepy about him. He was a garden philandrius for a while. Things changed. Now he's here. And I don't think he wants things to change again.
Okay, strange follow-up question. Why does he have an empty holster at his side?
Things changed. I think that's his reminder.
What, that he doesn't like dwarven firearms?
Are all firearms dwarven make?
Well, originally, we're the ones who figured out how to make them, but honestly, the gnomes, he kind of looks around, looks back at Payne. He reaches over very gingerly, and he picks up the tail end of Payne's bedroll and very softly lays it over the top of his head and over his ear. I can't let another dwarf hear this, but the gnomes actually make great fucking firearms. They're very clever little bastards. And then he pulls the he pulls the bedroll off and sets it down.
Amelia just snorts out a laugh and then chuckles at the little smoke cloud that follows. I'll remember that.
See, you've still a little fire in your belly. That's what it's all about. You feel good, right? You never go over the edge. When you go over the edge, you've fallen into flame. Stand right at the edge, and flame grants you courage. That's the lesson of the fire belly ritual.
Furrows her brow for a moment, like kind of just nods, trying to commit that to memory as best she can. That's good advice. But you've asked a lot about us. What about you? You just back and forth between Willow Hollow and Durham Moor? Or you go everywhere?
Nowadays, I travel with the Mercantile Guild in Doranmore, and they actually give me one moment. So all the way up in Doranmore, I originally, when I moved there early on, I was a guardsman at Dragon Gate Keep. When I got older, and he kind of touches his beard, and you note a couple of pretty thick patches of gray woven into the black that is the rest of his beard. From that point, when I realized I wasn't really cut out to be a guardsman due to age, I began working for the Prospector's Tavern in Doranmore. And I was a bartender ish for a little while, but to be honest, I was a little stronger than most, so they made me a bouncer. The problem was I didn't like bouncing the heads of my own fucking kin day in and day out, so I left that to somebody else. Then I started working for Black Powder Arms. Black Powder Arms and the Fire Mages Guild, who is located up there, hired me to join the coalition of traveling merchants that worked with the Armory, which is also in Doranmore, Remy's Explosives, the Black Powder Arms, and the Fire Mages Guild. And now I bounce back and forth between here and Willow Hollow because, quite frankly, none of the crater fucking dwellers out here in the Barrens are worth trading with anymore. Well, that's not true. There's a couple of good clans, but most of them are a little...
I think he might be from some of those craters. I don't actually know for sure. Why can't you trade with them?
Holy shit. He looks back over at Dench. He is?
No, Pain.
Oh! He looks behind him. This lot.
I think I don't know.
Interesting.
It's
I
been
don't
like
I don't have anything against him, just to be
3
clear.
days, 4 days. It's only been a few days.
It's been a few days and you're this deep into your adventures and you don't know shit about your companions. I think it's time you all set up for a week or two and just hashed it all out.
Things to do. We've had conversations, but it was mostly about what we could do and how to not die.
Fair enough. All right,
She thinks she says again in her head, but it probably is out loud there.
you were going to ask me another question. What was the question? And because when you ask me this one, I get one more, at least from you.
Yeah, that seems fair. Why don't you like trading with the crater dwellers?
Well, it's not all of them. Some of the clans have taken on ideologies that don't necessarily align with most of Trinity society, meaning those who exist in the big cities. Some have resorted, unfortunately, in their paranoia to things that are kind of odd, like cannibalism. Because they don't trust surface dwellers. We are considered surface dwellers to a lot of them. And don't get me wrong, I love the mines as much as any other dwarf does, but we understand that living in a hole in the ground is a thing of the far past, or Helmkarians. Most dwarves have taken to the fucking sky, and they're literally the highest entities on the prime material. But the crater dwellers, for the most part, not all of them, are a little hard to deal with because of old thinking.
What are they so paranoid about?
Honestly, I have no idea. Things have milled about for years amongst the surface dwarves and the sky dwarves, including things like those who are living in the craters are doing odd things like worshipping the meteors that fell and created the craters they live in, and those might be giving off some sort of weird energy that are warping their heads a little bit, and over the generations, you know, things happen. But to us, at least on the surface, the dwarves who did not take up residence and live there for generations and generations next to meteorite that had fallen from some other plane of existence, which, by the way, they know nothing about for the most part, we don't hold them to any lesser degree of dwarven livelihood than any other dwarf, sky, land, crater. But they are terrified of everything above where they live. For the most part. Again, I can't speak for all of them, but a lot of them.
She opens her mouth to start to ask another question, and then, it's your turn, I think. But wait, hang on. We should still. Dunch says that if we're on watch, we need to get up and look around occasionally.
Oh, shit, the watch! He stands up. I got so into my ceremony, I was so excited. The guys are never gonna believe this encounter. Alright, let's go ahead and do rounds. So he kind of he gets up and he just starts to nonchalantly walk around. He does, by the way, before he stops, he kind of like backtracks, grabs the oak board, kicks the rocks back another like 5 or 6 feet so they're nowhere near the fire, and places the board back down. All right, come on. Yeah, you don't have to actually follow him around the map if you don't want to. But so he goes down towards Petunia, who is still out, and he goes, "This old lot is sleepy as shit. And she sleeps like this every single night, no matter how rough the terrain is."
Means she feels safe with you.
No, it means she's a big lazy fuck. I love her to death. She's a great pack animal, but boy, is she terrible. But you're right. He kind of gives her like a pat on the mane, and you see like the horse twitch, like the muscle twitch of the horse. So you guys go and do rounds. Why don't you, while you're out, go ahead and give me a perception check. This is going to be for what I'm assuming is the instinct of you watching the other camps. And do that straight laced because you are not drunk. Actually, do it with advantage because you are confident as fuck in your abilities and you are not too intoxicated to be misinterpreting what you're feeling. Hey!
Right, I'm confident.
Just drunk
Level
enough.
18s.
All right. So as you look around, same thing as before. You see the camp to the north with the 4, what you assume are mercenaries, passed out. They're drunk. Their fire is very, very dim, just hot enough to probably keep them warm through the night, but out enough to not set the whole fucking place on fire. Everybody else is bedded down. You see a person at like each camp, and quite a handful of camps with absolutely nobody keeping watch, because they're onesies and twosies. And then you kind of circle back to your camp, and yeah, you guys sense absolutely nothing. So you get back to camp, he sits down, and for the sake of not taking up a lot of time with questions, he will sit down and go, "All right, well, I've got a lot to clean up here. The ceremony portion of us not drinking needs to be taken into account, meaning I've got to clean and disinfect and bless all of our sacraments. However, we will need to each," and he pops the cap open, kisses the lid of it, pours just a hair, just a splash in each, sets it down, closes the flask, hands you the splash, takes the splash himself, and he holds it aloft, and he says, "To those that we have lost, and to those we desperately seek to find." And he kind of leans down with it to his chest and kind of looks at you expectingly.
He said that in Dwarven, right?
Yep.
Okay. She's going to say first in common, "If there's ever anything I've wanted to drink to more," and then she's going to say the exact same thing that he did in Dwarven as well.
He'll look up to you when you say that, and he'll switch to common momentarily, and he'll just say, "It's not for us. It's for them." And then he switches to Dwarven, and he just says the word fire in Dwarven, and he tosses the shot into the fire. Now, mind you, it was just a splash, but as he does so, it hits the fire, and like a small, like just a mini nuke of fire, up. Nobody gets hurt. It doesn't explode the fire, but he does it, and it just...
Amelia's immediately going to look towards the rest of the party to make sure they're still asleep, and then glance at the other camps nearby, because that would be visible.
Yeah, go ahead and make a perception check. Nobody seems to stir. It was just, I mean, you, as that happens, what is Amelia's wisdom?
12.
12? You would realize, through raw intuition, that the reason he poured just a splash was for this purpose. It was a ceremonial thing, and it didn't make like a loud boom like a firecracker going off. It was just like a, like a fire getting stoked really quick, and you look around, everybody's very still.
Then once the fire's settled a little bit and she's glanced around, she's going to, a little more awkwardly, the same with mine?
He smiles and nods. For those we seek to find.
And she's going to have one very specific high priestess on her mind, as she's going to also try and toss it into
Awesome.
the fire.
Yep, I won't make you roll for it. I mean, you're close enough to do it, and you're not drunk. Now, if you were drunk, maybe a little bit different story. So you toss
I
it.
had one splash. I was good.
It hits, and whoosh, as that happens, make a religion check for me. Oh, fuck. So as that happens, it catches you off guard, by the way. The fire from the second one catches you off guard, and as it does so, you rear back and you feel yourself. You inhale and feel the fumes and the vapor kind of hit your sinuses, hit your chest, your lungs expand, your neck, you hear an audible crack, you're like, oh god, this is the end. But what happens is it forces your head upwards. As the flames rise up, bam, they disappear above you, and as they disappear above you, poof, you see clear as day what I have just shown you. And that is pointing directly. I had one planned if you failed to, by the way. That one is pointed directly. Here, I'm gonna move you to the big map so that I can show you.
The arrows have gotten fancier.
Uh-huh. Alright, so
It's
I'm
just
gonna
like a hand pointing in a direction.
eventually, maybe.
You know, if you would find religion, you'd be able to see it too.
No, I'm good.
There you go. You look up, and as you see it, you kind of follow it over, take note of it, and draw a finger down, and you see that is the exact trajectory. Now, mind you, the X is where you're at. The blue is what you will be traveling in the next day.
Okay. Then she's going to stare up at the stars for a little bit, very obviously like following that. Unconsciously just touches the holy symbol and just thank you. And then she'll end up looking back towards him. How do we know how long we're supposed to be on watch?
Well, to be totally honest with you, I told him I'd take a double, so you probably need a little bit of sleep, I would assume. So I'll go ahead and stay up for the rest of the evening. Petunia's got my back in the morning, and I know you're all gonna be off on your important whatever it is. Oh wait, no, you've still got a question. I've still got a question for you. I owe you. You owe me.
I think it's your question. We can keep watch together then.
You're gonna be sleepy in the morning, or have you gotten enough rest for the evening?
I'll be fine.
Alright. One more question each. And then we sit in total silence for the next 5 hours. I'm just kidding. Seriously, though, one more question. What exactly is it you and your... He kind of points to the elves, everybody points back at Payne. What are you doing out of here? Honestly.
Well, they kind of nods towards the family, are looking for work and safety. And we, my companions and myself, we're trying to see if we can find what's behind the corruption curse. I don't know what to call it. That's been affecting people over the past few weeks. It's taken us west. Well, looks back towards the sky again. West and slightly southwest.
He kind of looks up, looks over. Interesting. Does this have to do with the star that fell from the sky?
I think so, but you know about that?
Well, it's all the talk up in Durin Moor. We've a gnomish group of explorers that have telescopes. They watch the skies to the north, to the west, and to the south. I don't know why not. No, excuse me. To the north, to the east, and to the south. I don't know why they don't watch to the west. But, yeah, the large telescopes that they utilize picked up some sort of shooting star, burned bright green in the sky, flew overhead. This was just a couple of weeks ago. But nothing came as far as Durin Moor. It hit way out in the Barrens and, well, somewhere in that region, and Willow Hollow, and another one fell way short of where their visual range was. But, yeah, that's interesting. So what... Yeah, never mind. I can't ask any more questions. No follow-ups. You owe me one. I owe you one. You can tell, by the way, he is feeling a little lit.
Which is all the more reason that I am staying up with him.
Hell yeah, because I rolled a 4 on my Constitution saving throw like a fucking pud. It's like, this guy, you gotta be kidding me.
Talking shit, and he barely passed.
Why did you agree to camp with us tonight?
Because you're the first people in 27 years who's asked me to.
And she'll just accept that nod.
Do you like venison?
Typically, as long as it's not a one that our friend cooked.
He glances around at the friend comment, and he slowly glances at each party member and then looks back at you for acknowledgement.
We had some bad time trying to cook some goat last night.
Oh, goat's very hard to cook. Doesn't matter who destroyed it. The problem is, they've a wiry exterior and a very soft interior. Very tender. The problem is, if you overheat the outside initially and not slowly tenderize from outside to in, everything goes tits up.
Well, I would have been no hand at it at all, so next time they find a goat, I'll bring that up, though.
Or next time they find a
anything.
goat, just eat vegetation.
That too.
Right. So he pulls a small satchel out of one of his large leather bags, sets it in front of him, unrolls it. It's not very fancy, but unravels it, and you see, I mean, there must be 2 or 3 pounds of what appears to be jerkied meat. And he just grabs a fistful and reaches over to you. Just a big fucking meaty palm full to you.
We're prepared for the road.
Oh, of course. Look, it's a long ways from Durin Moor to Willow Hollow, let me tell you. And on the way back, I eat nothing but nuts, sunflower seeds, and whatever that weird little fishes they put inside the jar with the pickle spices.
Then I probably shouldn't take this if you'll need it for the rest of, well, your travels there and back.
Ah, bullshit. Friends should share what friends have. And you have been a very strange and interesting find of a friend. Because everything you've said tonight has been honest, and that's not something I've found in many, many, many years. So just shush, take it, eat with me, and let's finish out the night under not my god sign, but he points at your holy symbol, yours. And he just grabs a fucking big ol' honk of jerky, rips a piece off, and just like a cow chewing cud stares up into the stars.
And she'll munch and will do a very, very long watch.
All right. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and, sake of brevity, through the remainder of the evening. Did I have... Ah, shit. Did we lose Payne? I see his symbol here. Payne, are you still here, bud?
Yeah, I'm here. That just works better if I leave the video off. Roll20 doesn't get all screwed up then.
I gotcha. Okay, is there anything that you wanted to do during this time? I know we kind of just put you to sleep like a kid on Christmas Eve, and that's not very fair. But is there anything that you wanted to accomplish, or anything you wanted to do, or anybody that you wanted to talk to during this time?
No, I think it went fine.
Hey, sleep, venison, fire belly. What the fuck more can you ask for, right?
Yeah, I'm just sad that I missed out on the fire belly, but no, it would definitely was a spot where Payne would have been like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to sleep." He'll just be sad to hear the stories tomorrow.
I promise you that as we progress into this campaign, that will come back up. It is a signature drink that has existed for a decade now. Okay,
It was
so
Rue's go-to.
yeah. Oh God, help the world. And Breesus, yep, and Bloodmane,
And Bloodmane.
and he was even scared of it. Yeah. Okay. So the night goes on without issue. You guys awake early in the morning. We are now. Let me just grab my notes really quick. Okay, so it was 9:30 p.m. on the 29th. So it is now Novus the 30th. At 8 a.m. Everybody can benefit from a long rest. If any spells need to be re-prepared, please do them now. I think everyone's at full health, so we don't need to worry about that. But you guys are awoken in the morning. Oh, go ahead, Amelia.
Am I benefiting from a long rest?
Yeah, you are benefiting from a long rest. Yep, because you did a partial
Okay.
sleep before. And we'll say, for the sake of it, because it's 8 a.m. and not 5, where most people would wake up, that you rest for the last few hours. So, like, half long rest, short rest, you're good. Plus, I don't think you weren't missing anything, right?
Nope.
No,
Well,
okay.
it was
But
more
you're
of-
not exhausted.
That's
Bingo.
what I was more worried about.
Yeah, and it was such a small amount of alcohol that you saved on, it's not a big deal. Okay, so everybody begins to wake up, go about their morning. The Elven family kind of came out of their trance a few hours early and were just kind of like milling about. The kids are fucking around in the field. It's a pretty decent sunny day. Novus the 30th is a sunny morning anyways, a little on the crisp side. Probably like 45 to 50 degrees early in the morning, but overnight it got down to like probably 38. So it was a little chilly. The fire was definitely necessary. However, as the sun comes out, the clouds break, and the other camps, a lot of them, by the time you guys are up and moving, have already broken and gone. Your guys' dwarven friend has actually already gotten his horse all saddled up. She's good to go, Petunia. and you guys can kind of go about your business. Excuse me, I gotta go clear my damn throat here in just 1 second. I can hear you guys, but if you have anything in the early morning portion, please let me know.
Yeah, Lyra, first thing, she'd probably be shivering, looking extremely uncomfortable, but she would try to stay as covered up as she could and would be writing in a book.
I think Dench probably would have gotten up relatively, probably a little bit earlier than 8 a.m. to kind of take care of Pearl, like get her fed, and you know get all her equipment on, and kind of hook her back up to the cart. So like probably like 6 o'clock for him maybe.
When Amelia's up, she is going to try and find or try and talk to Dench. But I don't know if
Yeah.
Payne
so
or anyone else has other things first.
yeah. So excuse me, because Dench is up early. Amelia is probably also up early, but whoever wants to do any sort of RP, just take it away. It's easy enough once you guys are doing early morning prep to kind of work yourselves in. But yeah, Payne, also feel free to jump in if you've got anything that you want to say or do.
Nothing in particular, just usual morning routines.
I'd like to imagine that Lyra's sleeping bag is a bit too big for her, so Canis is just taking up a spot underneath it.
I don't think it would matter if it was too big. I think you'd be claiming space anyway.
Yep.
Dench, do you still have that map, right?
This is probably at the point where like Dench is like probably like serving out Pearl's morning meal. Yeah, I still have the map. Why did you get another sign?
I did. It was a little different, but clearer. When we've got Pearl fed and ready for the day, can I try and can you help me mark it on the map? I think we might need to adjust a little.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just about done here. Let her eat, and then suppose we can get her all hooked up afterwards. But yeah, here, come on over.
And make sure.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah,
please go ahead.
remove.
Please go ahead. Yep, gotcha. Yep, you already knew where I was going.
Oh, somebody already did it.
Hey, there we go. Thank you for those of you who are keeping track.
Should be at 12, I believe, right? Because we bought 14. It's been 2
Yep.
days.
Yes.
Yeah. So Dench. Actually, the map would be in his backpack, which would probably be in the back of the cart. So he just kind of reaches over the side and pulls out the map, unrolls it. It kind of goes back towards the camp. And just kind of like sets it up. I don't know, like here-ish or so, where he is. Where
Okay.
What did you see?
I'll move you guys over to the world map real quick.
So before we were heading directly west. We weren't sure exactly where within this kind of area, right? Can I? So I had mapped trajectory of the stars before. Can I apply that to the map? DM question. Can I figure out this route as it would be on the map?
You mean as like
Yeah, can I translate stars to map to say that we need to go
yeah,
slightly
go
south?
ahead and make a survival check, because that would be you doing like
Could
map
I help
shit.
her with this? If
yeah,
she's
yeah.
describing what she's seeing.
Sure.
And she very
So
much
go ahead
would.
and roll advantage if you are assisting her with it. If she's explaining to you like where the constellation was that she saw and like how it kind of manifested and what direction it was going.
Yeah, who would be rolling it then?
You, Amelia.
Okay. Yeah, she would be describing it as it would be with the stars.
Okay, it's pretty damn good. All right, give me 1 second. So, as she explains it to you, she kind of she goes through this almost over elaborate, and correct me if I'm wrong, Amelia, but like this over elaborate explanation of how the interlocking constellations of what she saw that formed the arrow drew the trajectory from where you guys are, meaning at the knock of the arrow, all the way to its tip. And she tries to do some like horizon trajectory but can't get the math right, and you're like, oh wait a minute, if you're talking about that, and that's where the advantage comes in. And then you guys do this little arc, and with a fucking 18, I'm gonna take this box away, I'm gonna take this away, and I'm gonna give you this.
Ooh, do we get an X?
There you go.
Okay.
That's a lot better than a uh, dozens and dozens of miles box.
And that, by the way, and both of you go ahead and gain an inspiration point if you don't already have one, because that is a hell of a lot of combining weird
Teamwork.
things. Yeah. Teamwork makes the dream work.
It made the dream work. Well, this will considerably cut down the time that we were out in the wild there. Searching for God knows what. Okay. All right. So this is what Celestian pointed out to you? Like this specifically? What did you ask her about, like, our mission, or what were you asking her about?
Um, it was, well, we'd been drinking some of the fire belly, and
Oh boy. Yeah, you took it easy, I hope.
I did. I was going to try and spin the tale about a drinking competition. I can't. I took it very easy.
Well, I guess I know you did, because you would not be awake right now if you didn't.
I
Trust
was
me.
still spitting smoke for half the night.
Yeah, that'll do that.
But I was it was near the end. Um, we were giving some of it to the fire, and then I was looking up at the stars, and I don't know, just meant to be.
Would I be aware of that ritual at all?
Why don't, let's see, you rolled successfully for Helmcar, correct? So why don't you go ahead and make a
Oh,
history
no,
check?
I rolled successfully for Port Cindrian.
You didn't roll successfully for Helmcar?
We didn't roll for.
Or you
I don't
didn't
think
roll
I
for
rolled for
Helmcar.
Helmcar.
Okay,
Yeah.
why don't you go ahead and make well, man, Firebelly is far and wide. Go ahead and make a history check and do it with advantage because of what your background is. Yeah, you're aware of it. You know of it. You may have even participated in it once or twice, whether or not it's very formal and it's very particular, and it's only ever between two people. It's not a party or a group drinking game. It's a legit ritual.
And I would have known that, like, throwing the fire in the fire belly into the fire is like looking for someone, basically.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, it's like one for those who we've lost along the way, and for the ones that we're still spending our time looking for. Yes.
Yeah. So you threw your drink into the fire, hoping to find somebody, right? Am I right? And then you looked up, and then you saw your arrow.
I think so. I was a little it's a little little bright to think about. What's different though? Well, the arrow was different. It was clearer than anything else that I've seen. And I do believe Amelia and was having this conversation with Dench like right by the circle of camp, so not hidden at all. But that means we're gonna have to go a little. We're gonna have to adjust route a little bit today, right?
I believe so. We can still, I mean, judging by the map, we can still maintain the same course and just deviate to the west a little bit. You know, after our next stop. I'm sorry, deviate to the south after our next stop. I don't want to completely abandon the family here right away, personally. Um, I mean, we can even go, you know, 2 days out and then just due south, perhaps.
Well, it might be helpful still if we went afterwards or at some point by some of the craters. You mentioned something interesting last night that some of those who live in the craters worship the meteorites that formed their craters, and some of the well, seem like they have some sort of magical effect. I don't know, it's long ago, but maybe they have a library that Lyra could dive into or something, or willing to speak about their histories a little.
Yeah, if they're willing to share, yeah.
Let's not put too much weight on that. You just hear from not too far away.
Well, how's that?
Oh, my research didn't do a ton for us last time.
Oh, well, I mean, these folk literally live in craters, and those craters were made from shit that fell from the sky. No, they
Yeah.
might have a little bit more, you know, information. Maybe this has happened before. Maybe this isn't a new occurrence. Maybe the craters that made their homes were also made from the same stuff. You
Yeah,
know?
and at this point, everybody is kind of hearing this conversation, just FYI.
Just the library at Willow Hollow didn't have the answers you sought. That doesn't mean it doesn't exist in a library. Just
Yeah.
it wasn't the end of looking, the end of the journey. You'll find it.
It just might need time. It's the library I was in that I was familiar with. I needed more time and to really be able to dig. This is a library I'm not familiar with at all, so if it exists.
Well,
Right.
maybe we could help too.
She'll nod and then go back to writing in her book.
The answers we're looking for about these stones, we're not gonna find them in the craters and the meteorites that made those craters. There, I don't think we'll find answers there. I think we stay on course and find the recent stones.
I insight pain.
I was going to ask the same thing actually.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Both of you can roll insight checks.
I'm trying to pinpoint his hesitation, but I'm not going to find anything.
God damn, Canis, will you settle the fuck down? Pain.
No.
I don't know what his hesitation was there. Or maybe is it pure confidence? Like, no, I know what made these craters, and it's not what we have found. Is it like that level of confidence, or do you have something else?
No, yeah, like maybe it came across wrong too, but it's the like he knows where he came from, and the meteor and he doesn't want to talk about it. So he wants to steer them away from the craters, and I'm guessing that Payne has heard some of the other horror stories from the other crater. The If there's those cannibals, like the other dwarf was saying, another reason to not go to the craters.
Yeah, you've definitely heard of like the horror stories of like religious zealots, those who slip into like somebody makes a pact with a demon or a devil, and everybody follows that guy because he's got this weird amount of power, but he says it's all the stone and it has nothing to do with the stone. Canis, as far as what you would pick up, the hesitation there is like this guy has told you guys very bare basics about like coming from one of these places, and everybody knows that they're very alienated colonies. You sense it as like a form of protection. He doesn't want anybody to have to fucking go there. He wants to go, he wants to protect his home. But there's also confidence in the idea that he knows that like he's lived there his whole life. There's not a bunch of these weird star fragments that are glowing green and turning people into fucking psycho berserkers in his underground, and he's never heard the stories of it, so why the fuck would you want to go there and even see it?
Still suspicious, but yeah, fair enough. Canis will say, not in defense of Payne, but he'll kind of just go, I think if meteorites had anything to do with people going berserk, we'll probably have heard anything from that. I mean, Payne probably would have told us, as distracted as he gets sometimes.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Canis.
It really is. Are you
Don't get
okay?
used to it.
She'll check him like he has a fever, like a parent would to a kid.
No, get off.
Just
No.
Hurry, let's get on with this and get on the road here. I mean, before Canis says something awkward.
I think that part already happened. Lyra will start packing everything up.
That's amazing.
I'll put my
Then
bedroll
start
on.
rolling up the map. Yeah.
At this point, your dwarven friend kind of approaches, and he just kind of says, as everyone's packing up, I truly want to thank all of you for an interesting evening. If you're ever in Willow Hollow or in Doranmore, and I happen to be there, and you're interested in trade, come and see me. In Doranmore, I've more permanent contacts. In Willow Hollow, I've got very few people I sell to. Typically, those who I sell to are wholesalers that go out into the rest of the continent. But in Doranmore, that's where my wares are crafted. So, if you're ever in need of anything, just let me know. You know my name. I know, and he points at Lyra, that you know magic. So if you've any of those fancy spells, I'm not wearing anything that can protect me against them. So send me a message, see where I'm at, and I'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll be heading back towards Willahalla after we're done out west. So yeah, we'll absolutely call on you, I assume.
Alright, well then I suppose it's time for me and Petunia to say our final goodbyes. He kind of steps closer to Amelia, and he looks up at her and kind of smiles, and he says, you know, where I'm from, this, he switches to Dwarven suddenly. This thing that we've done is typically done between two dwarves, so this is a little archaic as far as most things are concerned, but we're technically belly brethren now, and that's something that you're gonna have to live with for the rest of your life.
Oh, that doesn't sound so bad. Says it in Dwarven as well.
He'll switch suddenly to common, and he kind of nods and he goes, all right. keep your eyes to the sky and enjoy your venison. And he kind of turns and yeah, he saddles back up.
Canis will just kind of say, "Isn't our venison burnt?"
As you'd say that, Canis, he climbs back up onto it and he says, "Your venison is burnt. Mine is not."
Well, technically, it was our goat that was burnt.
Oh, that's right. That's right. It was a goat.
Yeah.
And her just final words as he does start to leave is just travel well. And that'll be that.
Stay safe.
All
Do
right.
I have enough venison jerky to add into my inventory?
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll say, you know what? Let's roll for it. Let's roll for it. He gave you 4 pounds of venison jerky. It's not bad. It's a snack for the road. I would do some shady shit for 4 pounds of venison jerky.
Uh-huh.
So how guarded is Amelia's pockets? I'm kidding.
I will break
Oh,
my oath
shit.
for this jerky. Actually, there's nothing in my oath that says I can't
Oh?
stab a jackal.
That's true. That's true. Okay. All right. Anybody else have anything in the morning time?
Nope.
Oh, Dench would like to talk to the family a bit
Yeah. Sure.
before we go. Oh damn. Alamir was the male.
The man.
adult
Yes.
male, right?
Yep. And Selfina was the female. By the way, they also introduced the kids at some point in time. This is just a retro active. Nikki, Niki, was the daughter, and the son's name was Tumnus. He does not have goat feet. Shut up. Mr. Tumnus, have you tried these cherry cordials?
Mr. Tumnus.
Excuse me, they were not cherry cordials, they were Turkish delights. And
Turkish
who
delights.
am I to
How dare you.
annihilate that? Okay, anyways.
Mr. Elamir, I wanted to talk about our travel plans. We have more, I guess, more accurate coordinates to where we need to be, but it'll take us a little bit more to the south. I thought we could travel together as far as we can, and then maybe make a due south diversion away. I don't want to abandon you folk. You know, on the
No.
road as far as we can.
No, Mr. Dench, there's no abandonment. Your friend Amelia invited us along for your travel. No, please don't hold yourself accountable for any sort of us being left behind. We did what we must. We've made our way this far, and we intend on continuing. If we can join you for as long as you stay on the path to the west, then so be it. And when our paths diverge, hopefully it is late at night, we can have one final great feast and say our piece in the morning. And if that's not how it works out, then it is what it is. But yes, you do what you must. We've overheard bits and pieces of your mission, and it's great. We've heard of what's happening in Willow Hollow, and that is what has driven us to go west. Maybe if everything gets taken care of and solved, one day we can move back east. But in the meantime, traveling with you, I think, as long as we can, would be great. Thank you for your concern.
Yeah, no problem. So by judging on our route, it looks like we can probably travel for 2 days and then scoot to the south, and then that'll probably be where we would part ways. I suppose I should probably confer this with the group instead of just declaring that's what we're going to do. But
Yeah, and the group, you guys can hear him talking, by the way, especially since the other guy is left and the, jingle jangles of the cart are out of the way. The kids are quiet.
I mean, I do want to keep y'all as far away from any of what's going on down there as possible. So I definitely not suggest you divert your route to accommodate us. I feel like it's probably best if we do yours.
Well, no. Wherever you think it would be advisable for us to split paths, because we're following the main road all the way, from here to Doranmore. Wherever you need to divert, please feel free to divert. We've the children, and of course we couldn't divert into your path. But I wouldn't want you to divert yourselves too far because you're on quite a noble mission yourselves.
Well,
That's
it looks
thoughtful.
like, yeah, it looks like our path would only take us about a day, like half a day out of the way, really. I mean, our other idea was to go straight there, and then we'd probably get there at night, which would probably be a terrible, terrible thing to do. So, I think this way, we bed down together one last time, and then we head south, and then we're well rested for whatever kind of fuckery we have to deal with down there.
Understood. And again, anything that comes up along the way, and he kind of motions to his back, we've a short bow. I'm quite proficient, and she's short spears. The children, if it's all right with you, could maybe take shelter in the cart if anything does pop up. We don't want to overburden your mule.
Oh, she's pretty strong.
She is strong, strong as fuck, boy.
She does look strong as fuck, my friend. Right. Actually, that reminds me. God, she's still off the map. Boop. There she is. God, she's so cute. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. We'll follow alongside the cart near the wheels, if that's all right by you. And that way, if anything does pop up, the kids can hop in the back and we can maybe assist you in anything. We will, and he kind of puts his finger out very specifically as he's kind of walking back with other bedrolls and stuff tied up. We will not do anything to insult your command or jeopardize your mission. So please be explicit with what you want done. We will take care of the kids and they will hide in the cot. Besides that, as far as we are concerned, and he points a finger between him and Selfina, please let me know.
Any trouble that comes up on the road, your main priority will be to protect your children. Plain and simple.
He kind of looks to the rest of the group. He kind of glances down at Payne, Lyra, Amelia, Canis, and kind of like questioningly nods like, was that okay? Like, actually, you know what? Lyra, Amelia, Canis, and Payne, why don't you make insight checks? This is because all of your passives are way above 12. Okay, so Amelia, you don't pick it up. Canis and Lyra, you definitely pick this up. And Payne, you definitely pick it up. You note he does not want to step on toes by just accepting one person's word.
Yeah, it's fine. You focus on keeping them out of trouble. We can probably handle whatever.
Yeah, that's fine with me too. Extra eyes to keep an eye out. Always a good thing.
Understood. Okay,
To keep
understood.
more than one eye out. Use both of them.
Well, thankfully we've two to use. Well, I have two to use. She has two to use. And anyways, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, no worries. All right. Well, if we're all set, say we hit the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys begin to make your way west. Is there anything I should know about the marching order here? Do you guys want to just set yourselves up in the appropriate marching order? Here, let me do this. Give me one sec.
Sorry.
All right, there's the road. That's how Pearl's gonna travel. So you guys just set yourself up on however you want to be, and I've set elves up walking alongside the cart so they don't overburden Pearl, but are still kind of like at the side.
I've noticed that I cannot put Canis on the cart. I'll just go underneath it.
Wait,
Pretend he's
what?
on the cart.
You can't put him on the cart? Oh, you know why? You know why? It's
This is also a character.
It is a character. It's yep. That is exactly it. I will actually let me do this.
It's okay. Just pretend he's on there.
Yeah, if it ever comes back, no, hang on. I can do this. Boom, send it back. Okay, now drag him on. There you go. I just had to send it to back. I had to send it to the back of the order. So if you want to be on the cart, you can. All right, let me know when you guys are good, and I'll grab your order.
Bench is walking on Lyra.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, excuse me. Shoot. We'll just scooch right by you here.
Oh.
Oh, gonna just scooch right by you. Over here. Okay. All right. Are we good with that order?
Yeah.
All right. Payne, since you are leading the way, and just correct me if I'm wrong, you guys are going to follow the trajectory that Amelia and Dench have scouted, or are you guys gonna follow the trajectory? Let me actually just pull up the map here so that
Yeah, if we can do that, that'd be better, I think. If the road goes pretty much due west, I think it's probably our best bet. Like that's
so you're gonna go. I gotcha. Yep. That is another day's travel from where you're at. That's where you would get.
Yeah. So I was thinking, yeah, like we bed down there, and then I think like here is pretty much just like another day. Pretty much, right?
I will give you. Bam. Yeah, pretty much. It's a little bit less than a day actually.
Shy,
Yeah. Which is fine because then if you turn south, then you're good to go.
Right.
What is the terrain like? Like, if we get off of the road, how much trouble is it going to be?
That's a very good question. Why don't you Now you came this way. As far as like if you zoom in on where the grassland is on the map, it is very gentle hills and meadows. Very, very flat, gentle hills and meadows. Once you hit the barrens, like once that pops up, then it's like rocky crags, deep dried out pits, shit like that. Now, if you get down towards the shores, it's going to be a lot of beaches, sandy mounds, some tropical trees, and a little bit more difficult. But yeah, as far as like this portion of the trek, it should be very, very simple for any horse, cart, buggy, and people.
Okay, I'm good with traveling on the road, and I kind of feel like traveling on the road, staying on the road will be faster than off-roading with a cart, so I'm all for the road.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Even though this grassland is pretty smooth, they still find ruts and badger holes and such.
All right. So you guys travel for a majority of the day. Payne, I believe it was you. Let me just jump right back over to this. I think you were the one doing the leading. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and give me your survival check. Do it with advantage, because this is exactly the route you came before.
And I will have a midday thing with Amelia, as an FYI. Very brief.
Absolutely.
You said survival, right?
Let me just make sure
Oh
I got
shoot,
that right.
I clicked it anyway.
No, it's okay. It's
really
okay.
hard to do on this.
Yeah, we're gonna call it survival. Oh, 20's pretty fucking good. All right, again, a third day in a row without a fucking issue. Yeah, you guys go the full breadth of the day. Give me one moment. Midday. Actually, sorry, Amelia. Go ahead. Sorry. You guys are going on track, which, by the way, is just following the path, so it's not a big fucking deal. But you stay on the path. You don't get to a spot where Payne's like, you know what? I think I veered off here like 6 miles. No, he keeps you steady and true.
How are the kids handling traveling? Because it's a lot of walking for Munchkins.
It is a lot of walking, but because you guys are moving at the pace of a dwarf, a half gnome, and a pony carrying a wagon, they're actually doing pretty good. And they're fit kids. They're probably somewhere around the age of like, I don't know, somewhere between like 9 and 12. And for elves, that's young, but it's, you grow into maturity much slower once you hit your teens. So they're keeping up. And on the off chance they are starting to lag behind, especially into like the 5-6 hour mark, they get put on the back of the wagon to sit for 30-40 minutes, and then boom, off to give Pearl some R&R.
Okay. After we've been walking for a few hours, Amelia is going to share venison jerky with the family first, like the kids first, after clearing it with the parents, and then with the party. We'll divvy the 4 pounds between all of them.
Between, you said, sorry, the elven party?
Yeah, well, she's going to give to the family first, like clear it with the parents, give some to the kids, give some to the parents, and then whatever's left from that for, our half orc dwarf,
Sure.
half gnome,
Yeah, so,
jackass,
I mean,
jackal.
you've got 2 kids and 2 adults, and they all happen to be elves, so they take, we'll say, 2 of the 4 pounds between the 4 of them, a half pound each, and they munch on it for, like, the whole day, because, they have soft elven teeth. No offense to elves, but, just kind of suck on it like a lollipop, like, "Argh."
And I'll give the other 2 pounds to the other PC party members.
Yeah, so Amelia kind of walks around midday. Sun is out. It's probably about 65, 70 degrees. Wind is light, and she walks around and starts handing you guys venison jerky. Like good venison jerky. Like you take it, and it's hard as shit. But as soon as you break it, it's kind of like that. What is that stuff called? Like biltong, where it's like rolled meat, and it's hard on the outside, but when you cut into it, it's got that soft interior, peppered. It is like some of the best venison jerky you've ever tasted.
That sounds amazing, and I want some.
I do too. When you go to
Holy
Bucky.
shit. This is amazing.
Where did this come from?
One of our new friends from last night.
I'm assuming you
I'm
mean
gonna
the
guess
merchant.
merchant.
Yes, but I was scrolling to the name because that was like 4 pages ago.
Yeah, Bergdrad. Bergdrad was his name, yeah.
Exactly. He decided to share before he left for the remainder of the journey to Willow Hollow.
Okay, well, thank you to him. I'll eat it for the record.
It is fucking delicious. Okay, so go ahead. Sorry, you had something, Candace or
Yeah.
Lyra.
As we're walking, Lyra will say, "Hey, Dench,
Yeah,
I have a question.
okay.
Not the one he just asked. Were you always this
Kind of glad I
nice?
couldn't hear it.
Oh, I said what she said that, and without a beat, I just was like, "How much wood could a woodchuck chuck? Woodchuck could chuck wood?" And she was just like, "No, not that one."
Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Were you always this nice?
Oh, well, I mean, I like to think so. I mean, I guess I had my bad times, you know, but I guess I've always been kind of an all right person. I don't think many people hated me, if that's what you mean.
Well, to be fair, I don't think you have to be particularly mean for people to hate or dislike you.
Well, that's very true.
I was just curious. I know you are not terribly interested in anything to do with Tensor, but you've listened to me a lot and haven't once told me to shut up like Canis does. And Canis is definitely my closest friend. Whether that be by choice or obligation, I'm still not entirely sure.
Well, I mean, it's interesting to you, and I enjoy hearing when people talk about things I enjoy. I mean, that's just kind of how I am. I'm usually a better listener than a talker most times.
You've probably been better at talking than most of our party, though.
Suppose.
He does talk a lot.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose.
Well, I appreciate you showing interest.
Oh yeah. I mean, he does sound like a very interesting fella. I never really heard any stories about him, so I mean, if he's exciting to you, he's exciting to me as well.
She like smiles and shuts the fuck up and looks down at the ground as they continue walking.
Okay, so you guys progress through the majority of the day and up into where you would note it's probably time to start kind of bedding down. Give me one moment. Kane is, as you're traveling, and you guys are kind of going through your motions, everything is what it is. You you smell the scent of campfire from up ahead, kind of along the road, blowing in your direction.
Eyes ahead. Seems like someone else has made camp. He shouts from like the back of the cart.
Do we see fire smoke yet, or is it too far off still?
So when he says that, given that night is starting to fall, and based on rolls that I have on the back end, no, nobody notices anything quite yet.
Well, perfect. Perhaps we'll have another busy fire tonight.
Or perhaps they're not quite as friendly as the friends we've made past night.
Kind of getting out into the wilds. This isn't really as civilized as the region, so you might be onto something there, Payne. I mean, caution may be advised here. Yeah.
All I can say is I smell a campfire.
All I can say is Canis smells a campfire.
Good
We
one.
can keep our eyes and noses open then, and we'll see what the sky brings.
Vera clearly starts trying to keep her nose open.
Perhaps I can maybe take a little bit more of an advanced pace, I guess, in front of the wagon to make sure we don't stumble onto something. Really, I'm not gonna get too far, but
Yeah, just stay within like 120 feet or so, and we can still talk
Yeah.
without you being noticed.
And since he points it out, why doesn't everybody go ahead and give me a perception check real quick?
oh hell yeah.
Is this for eyesight? I just want to make sure so I don't actually
Nope,
roll
nope,
it.
it's for scent. You don't need to give it to me. You already passed it, you dickhead.
You said everyone.
Well, okay, everyone but you, arcane boy. No, I'm just spazzing with you, Lucy. Okay, so Lyra and Dench, as the scent thing is mentioned, you both take a deep, like, inhalation, and sure as shit, you catch it on the wind. It is definitely campfire.
Oh, yeah, there
And
it is.
Dench, you note that there is nothing being cooked on the campfire. It is just
I was just
wood.
about to. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just about to ask if it just
With a
smelled
20
like fire or yeah.
With a 20, it smells just like wood.
Will we
Doesn't
reach
smell
them
like.
before we get to camp? Half the camp?
With the 20, Dench, actually even Lyra with the 15, yeah. Yeah, you would. Yeah, it's within probably the next like 500 meters or so.
Okay, hold on 1 second. She's
Yeah,
going
I'm
to
not-
boop herself on the head. I'm gonna cast Mage Armor.
Okay, give me 1 sec.
I think I had myself here for marching order anyway, but I am going to make sure that I'm back by the
Yes,
family.
you're right next to Selfina.
Perfect. I'll probably drop back just even 5 feet more to be by the
Got
kids
it.
if
You're
needed.
next to Tumnus. Okay. Not like I'm looking at another map right now. Give me a moment,
Yep,
please.
don't love that.
I don't either, to be honest with you. I'm not sure what's about to happen. But we're all in this together, right?
Some of us are.
Settle down, you. Sorry, that was aggressive.
It was also
wasn't-
really quick. You were
was
so
not
prepared for
inappropriate,
it.
though.
Yeah, of course I'm prepared for it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 10 fucking windows open of information that I'm constantly bouncing through.
We've also been married
I'm-
for 10 years, so he usually knows what's about to come out of him.
That's also true.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm moment that you settle down, you.
Dench will quickly kind of rearrange his equipment, kind of leave his backpack on the cart, and he'll have his bow with his +1 quiver kind of on his back.
Okay, the +1 quiver's on his back. Got it.
Yeah, I'll have a scimitar ready as well, and keep keep a hand free for casting.
Like he Dench wouldn't have it like at the low ready or anything like that. He'll just have, he's traveling light for the most part.
Understood. I love that you just used the term low ready. Okay.
It's just there.
I know. No, I meant that seriously. Okay, so whoops. All right, so we'll do that. Okay, so Lyra, go ahead and mark off your spell.
I did.
She mutters an incantation, boops herself on the head, and as she does so, you see this this ethereal glow kind of go from the crown of her head all down her body. It looks like she's wearing bits and pieces of ethereal plate or arcane plate, I guess, as it kind of creeps down around her. So, okay, explain to me what's happening next. Dench, you were gonna creep ahead.
Yeah, just like 100 feet ahead of the party.
Okay, understood. All right, Dench, you get up about 100 feet. Everybody keeps moving in the direction that you're going. You get to a point, Dench, where you can see in the distance that there is smoke coming from what appears to be a small fire. And you give me another perception check now that you're closer.
Okay.
Okay, not bad. It is dark, but you see. Let me see here. You see in the distance there is a tent, maybe a second tent. You're not entirely sure, but you definitely see a tent in the distance, but you don't see anybody.
With him being at that point, I want to cast Message.
Okay,
It's 120 feet.
ooh, look at you, looking at spell distances. I appreciate that. Okay, so explain. You haven't cast message yet, yeah?
I don't think I have.
Maybe
I
you
think
have.
may have
Yeah, you.
once, yeah.
Yeah, you may
Oh.
have. Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
so it'll be kind of familiar where it's weird. It's almost like she's right next to you, even though she's far away. And there's like a little hum initially when it starts in your head, and you'll hear her say, "Just respond to me quietly. What do you see?"
anybody who can actually see Dench might seem like jump a little bit. It's like, what the? What? Oh, yeah. I see a camp of some sort. Two tents, but I don't see anybody in them yet. Around them. Maybe too far away still. And like, how far out was it from where I am?
Let me see here. So you would be. Yeah, you're like 90, 100 feet, somewhere right around there, about 100 feet from where they are.
Could maybe could I still speak to Lyra, or is that was it that would that be legit?
I think that Candace,
She,
what does
I was
spell
gonna.
say?
It's so he can speak back, but I was gonna say another one anyway, so he'd be able to respond.
Okay, so go ahead and say your thing. Yeah.
So, she was gonna say, okay, sorry for scaring you, first of all, and secondly, maybe let us get a little closer before you move forward, so we can keep doing this.
Yeah, that sounds good. Can you send Canis up here by chance?
Uh,
We make a good team when it comes to tracking stuff down.
I'll send him up there. Just make sure he doesn't get killed again.
I can't respond to that. Oh, that's another
You
one.
can, yeah, it's a
right?
new one. Yeah, it's a
Ah.
cantrip, so I can do this as much as I want.
Yeah. Yeah. No, he'll be fine.
All right, Lyra will turn, and she's gonna be whispering at first, and then realize, oh, I'm not using the spell. Canis, Canis, Dench has requested your excellent skills and says you make a great team. So please go up there very quietly.
Canis doesn't jump, but his like fur stands up for a second because he doesn't expect it either. Oh, all right. I guess. Sure. I don't trust it when people compliment me for no reason, and then he'll hop out
It's not no reason if you're actually
and then
good.
run over.
Okay. All right, give me 1 second.
So Dench would have like gone off to the side of the road. He would have taken a knee, and he's like just watching the campfire a little bit and like trying to look in the area around him to see if anything's moving.
And Lyra's going to try to move the rest of the group forward as quietly as we can without getting too close, but keeping him within 120 feet so that I can continue using the spell.
Okay.
Cantrip.
So what are we looking for?
Holy shit! Sorry, wasn't. You're so quiet with your little puppy paws. Yeah. See, just over yonder, there's a camp over there. There's a fire. I can't see anybody. I can't smell that they're cooking anything. That makes me a little concerned. Could you just kind of, I don't know, give another whiff, see if you smell anything funky around here? No, that's very vague.
I get it. Sure, I'll give it a shot. Can I like, I guess, do exactly that? Can I like smell, see if I smell anything odd or like?
You don't even need to do that. Canis, as you approach, as you approach, you kind of look up and around. This is based on a prior roll that I made. You get to where you're at, and you kind of look around. You smell. You don't sense anything immediately, but then you hear something from this direction, this direction, and this direction. Like rustling. Very light, but noticeable.
Stop moving. I hear three things. One's over here, and he'll kind of like nudge his head slightly. Over behind that tree and one by the tent. Can I try and like see what it is?
Yeah, you do not see anything immediately, but you definitely sense the presence of something.
Lyra would send another message at some point because I don't want to be cheaty. And just to Dench, how's it going up there? Should we get closer?
No, maybe stay where you are. we're hearing some rustling in the bushes around here.
You're pretty far away, so that makes me a little uncomfortable.
Well, leave the cot at least. Oh shit! I don't want to leave the cot with all the shit on there. It might get stolen. Come back up a little, so you're 50 feet away, and then join us up here.
Okay, we're gonna try to. If it seems like it's getting, I don't know what the road sounds like. So if it sounds super loud, I'll try to keep us as quiet as I can, moving everything forward so we're within 50-ish feet.
Okay, you guys move a little bit closer along the road. You're about 50 feet up now. You guys can all see the smoke rising, and you can see the little campfire in the distance.
So do we want to like throw a rock at like a
Well,
bush or something?
I mean, we don't know exactly what we're facing here. Does the camp? Can I get a good look at what the camp looks like from here now, or do I still need to get a little bit closer?
I mean,
Like the tent.
you can see that there is definitely a tent. There's a big like clay jug here. The campfire is here, and that's really about it.
I guess what I'm looking for is like does this look like it's a goblin camp or something like that? Does it look like it's been taken over by goblins, for example?
Good question. Go ahead and give me give me a perception check.
Can I assist? I'm more kind of like looking for like damage or any signs.
Um, you wouldn't. Yeah, because I don't think Canis would have experienced a whole lot. Well, you can look. I guess you can look for damage. Go ahead and make a perception check. Canis. Sight based. Yeah, you both notice. I mean, it's pretty ragtag. It looks like it's thrown together pretty roughly.
Suppose we can try diplomacy first. Ask if they could be hiding from us, thinking that we're bandits too.
They are hiding in 3 spots, though. If there is
Yeah.
one.
That is a pretty well set up ambush situation. Suppose we don't get into the middle of their camp. All right, you know what? We should back off a little bit and then call them out.
Not a bad idea. Do we want to head a bit south?
Well, no, back down the road a little bit, I think.
All right.
Like Dench would kind of like back up to like pretty much the edge of the map here.
Okay. Yeah, so as you guys start to back up, you hear. Give me 1 second. Let me take a look at your guys' stuff here. Ooh, none of you speak this language. Okay. So you guys would hear.
Got 2 languages.
Yeah, I was looking. I was like, damn. So you hear from this direction, you would hear kind of like this guttural, like, yeah, yeah.
Do I at least recognize that language? Yeah.
You do not recognize that language.
He said, yeah.
Give me 1 moment. All right. I'm going to move you guys just up a little bit so that you can click your characters and roll initiative, and then I'll move you back to where you were. Okay, so as that call kind of goes out and Canis and Dench back up a little bit, there is nothing for a moment. Canis, you sense things rustling in the bushes, kind of aggressively as things are popping out of hiding. You can go ahead and make or take a move or an action if you want to.
We have people incoming. I'm gonna run back and go grab the others. And I am going to dash, because I can only get to 40 feet on my own. So I'll dash to get to 50 to reach them, and then say, "We're being attacked. There's a group up above. Keep cart here."
Okay. So Canis runs back to you guys, hanging out at the eastern edge of this little map. Dench, you still don't see anything, but you hear rustling.
Okay. Yeah, Dench pulls out his bow and knocks an arrow, and then he'll back up with Canis 5, 15, 20, 25, just there. And so does he hear? I see a character there, but do I hear rustling from this direction?
You do hear rustling from that direction, yes.
But I can't see the guy there.
Yeah, you can't see anything.
Okay. So Dench will, I mean, knowing that like that sounded like an aggressive shout, like shit's about to go down, like he's definitely ready to, I guess, defend himself. So he'll shout out, "You know, kids in the cart, or something's that." I wouldn't have identified that as goblin speech, right?
No, not necessarily.
Okay. Yeah, just like, "We're under attack. Kids in the cart. Keep them protected." And then he'll hold his arrow attack for something coming at him aggressive.
Okay. Amelia, anything?
She's going to touch her holy symbol, offer a quick prayer, and I am going to bless Dench and Canis, and I don't know where Lear and Payne are to tell if they're within range.
They are.
So.
Everybody's within range of you, yep.
Okay. And Payne. I'm gonna bless, those three. So D4 for attack rolls and saving throws.
On who? I'm sorry, can you give me the three again?
Yep. Dench, Canis, and Payne.
Okay, got it.
And visually, her prayer becomes an incant. It's one that she's never even heard before, and a like silvery kind of light just flashes out from it and settles around them. For her verbal, she's going to turn to Mom, to the elven woman, and get them in the cart. I'll watch.
Okay.
And then environmental, I'm going to draw my sword, because I
Okay.
don't think I can draw both sword and shield in one.
That is correct. Yeah, it's an action to draw the shield.
Yep, sword.
Okay. All right. So you guys see something shift up near the first tent. You don't see much more besides that. All right. So An arrow flies from somewhere this direction. So an arrow flies and lands short of Canis by about 15 feet. A second arrow flies from this direction. And lands about 10 feet short of Dench. Then you see a figure emerge from the brush. And stop there. Pain.
That's a tough one. Because he wants to just charge in there. I think what I'm going to do is hold my action, and as soon as Dench charges in, which he is highly expecting, because that's what he wants to do, he's going to follow right behind Dench. Is that, I can do that?
I missed the second part, but he said that you can do that, and then what? We'll get his attack.
Can
The held action.
can I hold my movement action like that? Just follow
No.
Dench in?
Now movement is different.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
Okay.
you can hold your an action, not a movement usually.
Right.
dang it.
Believe me, we've all had that moment.
Yeah, because I don't want to charge
if-
in, but I do.
If it helps your decision, like Dench is like he's taking a knee and he's aiming. Like he's not he doesn't have his axes out. He's not ready to go toe to toe right now.
Okay, so so I think Payne would at least move 30. I think he's gonna let a battle cry out and charge in, since they're already shooting at us.
Okay. Yep, so Pain runs 30 forward. And obviously that opens up some
Yeah,
visual for you.
just so I don't get too far ahead of everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna hold an attack action. If any hostiles come in range, I'll definitely smack them.
Okay, understood. With that being said, the elves both tell their kids, get into the cart now, and you see them, both the kids hop into the cart and duck down like it's nothing, and Selfina moves to there, and Alamir moves to there, and they stop there. Alamir has the short bow out, and he's kind of watching. Selfina has the short spears, and she's just kind of watching. And Dench, you did see a figure move, so you can take your held action if you'd like to.
He was right. He'll take the shot. Even
Okay.
though he was moving away from him, he did get shot at, so he might as well.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
No, probably not.
Actually, a 15 does hit. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So for what's that? 3 points of damage.
I think this does not include a +1.
Okay, that's a +1 arrow, so 7. Okay, got it. So as this thing goes running you fire a shot, and it streaks as this thing is bushing or moving through the bushes and through the brush, and you see the arrow strike, and it kind of stumbles, does like a half spin, and continues to run, and you hear this. All right, Lyra.
Okay. So you said that we did see movement over here for sure, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to. Okay, so I want to cast Sleep right there. It's a 20-foot radius.
Okay, give me 1 sec. Make sure you mark the spell off.
Yep.
Go ahead and give me your incantation or however sleep appears to you.
Yeah, so okay, so sorry, I have an actual like description. So she'll exhale and you'll hear a soft, almost like a melody, it's barely above a whisper as she says the incantation. And it starts to kind of echo like a lullaby that a bard would sing to a child. And then you'll see blue, silver, and violet light will spill from her fingertips to that point, and it's almost guided by like the bars of musical number.
Okay, and explain to me exactly how the sleep works
So,
with your whatever you're casting, however you're casting it.
It says that I roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect. The creatures
Okay.
within 20 feet of the point that I chose within range are affected in ascending order of their current hit points.
Understood. Okay, go ahead and roll the 5d8. 22. Got it. Okay, so you guys would hear like a you would hear the kind of guttural like, and then you would hear the loud sound of like a cage door slamming open, and then you would hear boom, boom, boom.
I'll take it. I'll take 3 booms. And so that was my action. Realizing that she stepped out into like the shit. The next step will be
You know what? Wait a minute. That's a point you have to see, right?
no, it says within range.
You don't have to see it.
Let me double check, but the spell actually says within range. I checked that. Hold. It says within 20 feet of a point you choose within range.
Right, but the point you choose is a point you have to see, correct?
It does not say that. It just says within range, which is 90 feet.
Okay, I'll accept it.
Okay. All right. So then she's gonna realize that she just stepped out, and there's like 2 assholes that are able to see her very clearly. So you'll see similar magic that will sort of start from her shoulders and go down her arm to the scimitar that she has in hand. And she's kind of like, she's staying in one spot, but she's moving. That's and you'll hear like a hum and the undertone of like what did I say? Like a tuning fork almost.
Okay, and what
That's
ability are you
Blade
using?
Song.
You're using Blade Song. Okay, understood. So your AC goes up to
18.
18. Got it. Okay, and is sleep concentration?
Good question. Let me double check.
I don't think it is, but
No, it is not. I didn't think it was either, but I
Got
wanted
it.
to confirm.
okay. So nothing from the 3 that you just put to sleep. Kana's.
Keena's seeing Lyra and Pain run up will kind of just go as well. I might have to like dash again because I think I said I ran back 50 feet. but he'll kind of just like pause in front of Lyra. And I'll hold an action if I didn't dash. A bonus action dash, because I can do that now. And hold an action for if I get attacked. I will fight back.
Okay.
If they're in range.
Understood. All right, Dench.
Okay, yeah, seeing sprint up, he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Right there. Oop. And he's going to take aim at the same fella right there.
Okay. And make sure you add a D4 because you're blessed.
Oh shit.
Oh, you don't need to do well. Yeah, it's all right. You don't need to. You hit him. You hit him. So you run up ahead of the group, pull back on your bow, you fire, and as you fire, you see as the arrow leaves the bow, it streaks blue like through the nock and the fletching, kind of showing its arcane energy. It hits this entity, and you see it kind of like rear back, grab itself in the chest, look down, kind of look towards you, and just go and crumple over.
All right. Level 2. Yeah, that's all I got.
Amelia.
I'm going to pull my shield to make sure that the kids are both in the cart.
They are. Yep.
And then for now, I'm probably going to spend my turn seeing if anything's behind us, trying to gauge if it's safe to step away from the kids or not.
Okay, go ahead and give me a perception check.
No.
The road behind you looks as clear as it did when you approached.
Okay. That's what she's spending her turn doing for now. Also, for your note, in case you didn't see it, I put a blessed counter on the map in the bottom right corner. So if this goes into next session, we're good.
Got it. Okay. Next, this guy is going to... okay, does nothing of note. Okay, there is an arrow. That is going to fly towards Dench. That is a dirty 20. Okay, so that does hit. And that is... So, an arrow comes flying from this direction, and you guys see Dench as he looses his arrow and it hits this entity that drops. An arrow then clips him in the shoulder. Dench, you take 6 points of piercing damage.
Ah, son of a bitch!
Another arrow is going to fly towards Pain. And that one falls about 10-15 feet short. Pain.
Oh man. Okay, I think we are going to step over to Dench and toss him a I forget what it's called. Hold on.
Close wounds.
Yes, closed wounds. Oh wait, that's an action. Making me work for it.
I mean, I'm mostly okay for now, if that helps. well, I can't really. I shouldn't say that.
Okay.
It's fair. He does not appear to be
So-
bloodied, so bloodied is always like half health.
Yeah, so Pain gets torn between like seeing him get hit and then like wanting to run into combat. So let me see. Guiding bolt. Gosh darn it. I think we're going to guiding bolt the guy in the bushes closest to me.
Okay. Go ahead and
on the other side.
yep, make a spell attack roll, and you're going to do it with disadvantage because you can. Actually, you know what? No, you are going to make that as a normal roll because he gave himself away when he fired a shot. All right, so you incant, you hold your hand out, your holy symbol flares with this molten hot energy, and a beam of bright light flies from your hands towards the bushes. You see it strike. Go ahead.
I was to say, should get the D4 on that.
There should
as
be a
well.
bless there. Yep. Go ahead and roll the d4. Thank you.
Would you mind doing that for me? It's
Yeah,
being stubborn.
I got you. Give me one sec. Oh, hey. Oh, no, I got it. Even better, 4. So that is an 18. So you see it strike. It burns through the bushes and hits something in the bushes. Go ahead and give me the damage for your guiding bolt. Holy shit.
Damn.
So there is a flash of molten divine energy from the bushes, and you hear this.
So Payne will step up next to Dench because he's like, I can't, get too far from these guys. And he's also going to go, one for you, one for me. Don't fall behind.
All right.
All right, Lyra.
All right, for me, I'm getting really irritated with this a-hole down here shooting at people. I can see him on the map, but am I able to see him as Lyra? This dude down by the tree down.
You can actually see that entity on the map.
Yeah. I can see his little hand.
Yeah, no, I can actually see what you're looking at. That is just outside of your visual range.
Okay. All right, then if it's just outside, then Lyra's going to take a couple steps forward. So like there, does that put him in my range where I can actually see him? Because that's kind of what she would be doing is...
You can, correct, yep.
Okay. I'm going to cast Firebolt.
Okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
How about a nat 20?
Holy shit.
Sick of these motherfucking goblins on my motherfucking map.
Alright, go ahead and give me some damage and crit damage.
I'll just roll it a second time.
Yeah, that's quite enough.
Okay.
So much like the first 3 that dropped, there is you rear up this incantation, sling your scimitar forward, and this bolt of fiery energy flies across the field, hits something in the distance, and again you guys hear.
All right. She would kind of like stop shooting at my friends.
Anything else?
She doesn't want to get too far away from. Let's see. She's gonna go right here.
Okay.
Right there, not standing directly in front of Dench.
All right. So, You guys see this hawk that is absolutely crimson red in hue fly up and above the campfire, and kind of hover in the air, kind of looking around at its surroundings. Canis.
Well, if it's flying in the air, then there's nothing I can do about it. That's out of my area of expertise. But he will run forward, scouting kind of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. And I will bonus action dash again just to make sure, I guess there's no one else hiding around, but also see what's going on up there. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I'll go over here.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to stop right there and give me a dexterity saving throw.
D4.
Yeah, it's a saving throw.
Yep.
19.
All right, so Canis, you go charging across the field, and you hit this point where as soon as your feet touch the ground, the leaves and sticks give way, and you begin to fall. But you manage to jump across and clamber your way up on the opposite end.
Careful, there's traps. And unfortunately, I still can't hit the bird because it's flying, and then so I'll kind of carefully go forward, like here,
Okay.
out of my full distance,
All right. Dench.
and then I'll
Oh, go
ready
ahead.
an action
Okay.
for if they come close, I'll bite them.
Understood. Dench.
All right. Dench will. Sorry to see the grid. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And then he'll take a shot at the burb.
Okay.
That's my motherfucking bow. There you are. Pew.
Oh, shit, yeah. So you knock another arrow, you let it fly, there's the blue arcane streak, and as it flies through the air, this thing is looking, kind of like looking around, like, what do I do, what do I do? And as it begins to flat forward, the arrow pierces straight through it and flies off into the distance, but the bird hits the ground.
Oh, the arrow goes through it and goes off and damn.
Oh, yeah, by like a long shot.
Can I see like the other arrows in like this guy's chest? By chance?
You can, and there is no arcane energy. Once you fire the arrows, they're duds.
Ah, shit. Okay. Actually, he still has 5 more feet, so I'll just 5-foot step there. That's it.
All right, Amelia. And I know it's after 10. I do have a finite spot to stop this, so.
Amelia is just seeing some of what's happening, hearing the yells, is just going to say in Elven, keep your heads down. If you see anything coming, yell. We won't be far. And then I'm going to move up 30 feet to try and get a lay of the land a little bit.
Okay, you are back on the map, and that is your 30-foot straight line.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's going to be about all I'm going to be able to do. I will hold to attack a thing if it gets close enough. An enemy, obviously.
Okay, that good clarification. Selfina steps up and you cut her the fuck down.
You thought I was cured.
Oh shit! Hey, I like that. Let's make plot. Okay, so as all of this transpires over 15 or 20 seconds, you guys would hear in a very chopped up guttural common as an entity kind of rounds the tent in front of the fire, kind of silhouetted by the fire. You guys see a like brown and red furred goblinoid that's much taller than a normal goblin, dressed in dirty, rusty chainmail, holding a shield and a longsword up, kind of holds his hands above his head, and you hear, "No, wait, no, fuck." He kind of glances around the field. Oh, looks at the bird, looks at the goblin, kind of peers around towards the tree to the south. Oh, fuck. Throws his sword down on the ground. He takes his action and peels the shield off of his arm, and he puts his hands up. We fucked up. We fucked up. Please, wait. Please. And he ends his turn. And we're going to go back to Pain to finish the round out.
Oh, jeez, you gotta put me in that spot.
You're at the end of the initiative. It's not my fault.
It does Payne know that's a goblin?
Actually, Pain would be familiar with this creature as a hobgoblin. Usually a goblinoid that leads goblins.
Payne's charging 60 feet. He's dashing. He's charging that hobgoblin, if you wouldn't mind moving me.
Sure. Straight line?
Straight down the road, and then a few blocks in.
Okay, that's 60. That is 60 feet straight forward.
Perfect. I think that's all I can do. And he's ready for a fight.
All right. We are at 10:07, so we'll go ahead and end the combat here. And we will end the session here for tonight. Lucy, I know we don't have you next week. I still need to figure out how the fuck we're going to make that work if combat continues, but I will figure it out in the next 7 days. Does anybody have any last minute questions, clarifications, anything from me?
I have a question.
Yeah.
How dare you?
How dare I what?
Tear at her heartstrings. We were doing so well.
Tear at your heartstrings, my ass. I mean, you know, you guys knock out fucking 3/4 of the warband in one round. Of course, somebody's gonna be like, "Fuck this."
That's good. I love
I was
it.
expecting him to just run. Yeah.
I actually like that he said we fucked up because we were all like, okay, hold on. We tried to get the fuck out of here and they shot at us.
Leave it to a hobgoblin to blame everybody else. We fucked up. No, we didn't fuck up. You fucked up.
That's funny.
Still took some responsibility.
Yeah, some. All right. We'll go ahead and end it there for today, my friends, and we'll see you, most of you, back next week for session 12. And Lucy, I hope you have a fun African safari out in the great wilderness of another continent, hunting gazelle or zebra or whatever it is that you do out there. Maybe just enjoying the weather.
Yeah, hopefully it'll be fun if the roads don't flood over the next couple days.
If they do flood over the next couple days and you don't go, let me know. So I can
will.
make sure we got you
I
situated.
know that a bridge on one side of the park actually did flood, and it's completely broken now.
Oh shit, that's right. You know what? You guys are in summer season, aren't you? Because you're on the other hemisphere, aren't you? Yeah, and we're going into winter.
We're in a winter storm warning
Well, I
right
know-
now, and it's a pretty ugly one.
I was gonna say, I know you guys are, and I know the upper northeast just got fucking
we
slammed
got
with
hit.
ice
We
and
got hit
snow.
hard.
And I'm hate to tell you guys, but the last 3 days have been 75 degrees and sunny down here. So
We're driving to it's. I've heard up to 10 inches. Between tonight and tomorrow, we're supposed to be taking off for my family on Wednesday morning. So fingers crossed, things are better by then.
yeah, no joke. Well, thankfully they have snowplows up there. They do not have those down here, which is why we closed down the entire state for 3 days last year when it snowed a 1/4 inch.
Yep. We were like, really?
Yeah. Payne, have a great time skiing at your resort tomorrow, and however long you all are staying. And
careful.
please be careful. Please come back in one piece. And yeah, we'll see you guys. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Great game,
friends.
guys.
Good night, everybody.
Bye,
All right,
guys.
take care.
Good night.
Okay, for those of you who are still hanging out in chat, thank you so much. And we are going to find someone to raid real quick. We've got Uchu, Hex. It was Hex that I saw on the other night. I didn't unfollow Hex. Hex, Uchu, Ozen, Ozpinarch, and Anzavino. We got 7 Days to Die, Schedule 1, and Path of Exile. Ooh. We'll go do 7 Days to Die. I think we're gonna raid Ozpinarch because I do enjoy some 7 days, and 7 days is kind of our jam. So, sorry, forgot I got to push my push to talk now. Thank you all so much for hanging out. Seriously appreciated you guys. This was a fun night of a lot of RP and a very actually what I thought was gonna be a shit show of an encounter, and I did 6 damage, and they killed 4 of my 7 enemies in 1 turn. So that was cool. Means I just have to prepare to do other things to them, because D&D parties. Okay, here we go. All right, the raid has been sent, and out we go.
Exactly. I've literally built a dwarven tank, so I'm not too worried. Go!